I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yay. At least we got 3 out of 33. There was 33 when we left, but I'm sure some of them were asleep. Gizmo. Hi, do you remember me? Yes, I remember you, Gizmo. You're the one that comes from a doggy, and she is in here sleeping. But she's right there. She was out a little while ago, but you missed it. Hi, G. Welcome back. Welcome back, Sandy and Jerry. Yeah, yeah. It didn't take me too long. Actually, it was less than 5 minutes. How about that? Boy, I can be fast when I want to be. Back, but need to fall asleep soon. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get Debbie back up, but I'll wait till Debbie's in the stream because she's the one that co-hosts about me or with me. If she comes back up, get her up. Oh, thank you. Yep. See, I would have forgot, Sandy. You had to remind me again. Thank you. Yep, got it on now. Thank you. Oh, Coach Juliet's in the house. Hi. Often listen, rarely post. I fell asleep after today's wedding, but just woke up. Duncan on tonight? Yes, probably in about a half hour or so. That's why I restarted the stream to make sure we got a fresh stream. So if you miss it, people could just come to tonight's stream, the second one, and have it. So you don't have to look for it in a long stream. Um, George told me he'd be here between 1 and 1:30, which would be in a half hour to an hour. Oh, and there's George now. Time for a snack. That's right. I ran and got me a fresh cup of coffee. I got some water. I'm all set. So how many of y'all know Duncan or even have read his book or know about his books? I have 2 of them sitting right here. I haven't finished them, but I have read a couple of chapters so far because I just got them. I've only had them for a few days. I'm going to send Duncan this new stream now. Is the link at the top of the? No, I didn't put it yet. I'll add it now. I'll put it in. Make sure it's, yep. And let me post it. I mean, pin it. I did a series on his books with permission. Yeah, I'm doing some songs. And the songs that I've been getting inspiration from his books is in its own playlist um, in my channel. I think so far there's like 5 or 6. And I haven't even got to the chat. Those are just the myths. One of the things I like about Duncan Smart's his book so far, I'm reading I haven't really read Carnivore the manual. It's the same as this. I've been reading this one. It's very, very easy reading. I hate it when people write and it's all this like scientific stuff. So this isn't the same like that. Yeah, I watched one of Juliet's interviews with him because I didn't know who he was. And I think maybe you gave me the link, George, I believe. Yes, he's a very good writer. I like his style, especially. I can't say much about the Carnivore the manual because I know it's this one as well, but I like the style he writes in this. Now, I have another carnivore book that I actually put off to the side because it got too scientific for me. I don't even know where I put the book. I think I don't know where it's at. But I started to read it. It's like, no, this is a boring writer. And I just put it aside and never opened it back up. I, it has a couple of recipes in it, and that's probably why I got the book. I can't remember. I love the science. I love the science in the book, only in small amounts at a time, like over a year. Where's baby? Baby's right in here sleeping. When he gets here, I'm going to go like this. Hopefully, she doesn't try to get down my dress. Yeah, we were at Butter Bob's, and baby comes out and she's slapping me and whacking me, and I look over at the chat on this side, and I see she wants in your top. Let her in your top. These people are like chanting. I'm like, oh my god. And that's what she wanted too. She wanted in inside my dress, inside my top. Was it you, Sandy? Caught that. I was like, and then in she went. Yeah, she was getting angry. She was hitting me hard. So is George dressed yet? Now, this is not an interview, guys. This is just a friendly talk. So don't be expecting me to, unless Purple Coconut wants to do the interview. This is just chit chat. I don't do interviews. I just sent the link to Duncan, so hopefully he'll make it to the corner. Okay, with his shirt on. He has been known to do, oh, the full Chafee. I'm laughing so hard right now. Well, are you coming up? I'm not going to be talking to him alone, am I? Come on in. Come on up, George. You too, Juliet, if you want to. Yeah, don't mind if you do. George is George is sat on the bed in a state of complete undress. Give me a chance. You don't want me like this. No. Debbie, come on up. You might not even like the songs, guys. Man, they take forever to get dressed. They're worse than women. He's sitting on his bed in a state of complete undress. That means he's got a half hour at least before you see him. Thank you. Thank you, Juliet. Grandma is a little nervous. She needs a sidekick on the panel. That's right, I do. We have 26 in here now. All you have to do is say hi, and Duncan won't stop talking. Okay, I'm counting on that. Nice shirtless. Yes, we are back from a reboot. It's true. Ask George, but he's very interesting. And Anne is here. Hello, Anne. What's the title of his book? We have these are the two that I have. I think he has three out, but I have Blood and Bones and I have the Carnivore, the manual. Now, my understanding, even though I haven't read this one yet, I've just been dedicated to this one because I find it very interesting, that these two are it's the same. Only this one, it says The Vampire's Guide to Carnivore Living. It might mention vampire. It just makes the book, I think, more interesting. I like it. This one has all those references taken out. So basically, it's the same. It depends on if you want more of a drama, get this one. If you want more straight lace, get this one. I like the drama. No, he's not going to say that. I should have dressed for the occasion, but I love yeah, vampire drama. Exactly, I do too. Although when I do the songs, I don't really mention the vampire-ish part of it. Um, Believe me, there's times I want to, but I leave all that part out. Only because I want to keep it. I like the drama, but I'm trying to keep it so it doesn't have the vampire stuff in it. Yes, that's a good way of putting it, Stala. That's a good way of putting it. So, how many of you guys actually have the books? The Pharaoh Grandma is here. I'm here. I was digging some of John's music, followed by Mongolian and Nordic music that was pleasantly primal. So, so Juliet has the books. Do you have all three, or I couldn't find the other one. The only one that was coming up with his name was these two on Amazon. Rocks. I would have gotten the third one too. I've actually read parts of it on the channel here. Yeah, there was one part of it I found interesting, so I was reading it. He sent me the transcript for the newest. It's awesome. Oh, okay. I know he was all right with me using his book for inspirations for songs. But the first song that I wrote, I had no idea who really Duncan Smart was. But George said, that sounds a lot like Duncan Smart from his book. And I said, who the heck is Duncan Smart? And I think that's when George sent me the interview with you, Juliet. Squeaky needs some laughs, terrible Chinese apocalyptic movies with awful zombies. The comments can be pure gold. Hi, Jimmet, with the Duncan shirtless thumbnail. I don't know if I watched some of his videos on his channel, and he doesn't really have very many. I don't recall if he was shirtless. I don't think he was shirtless on any of those. I guess he could have been. I'm thinking. We'll find out. Oh, yes, the comment section is my favorite place. Yes. It was bizarre how Barb wrote the theme tune to the book without actually knowing about the book. I know I didn't know nothing about him. I wonder if I could find that. Oh, I don't even have it in here. I got to find the song. Let's see. I should put it in Blood and Bones. Let me see if I can find it. I'm looking for the song. Back to Blood. Is this the one you was saying was Back to Blood? I remembered who I was. Um, so I'm going to play the song. I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm going to play the song, share it, of the song that started this whole thing with Duncan. And I didn't even know Duncan didn't know about his books. But according to George, this is the style or whatever that came from the book. So I'm going to play that. I don't know how many in here knows about Duncan and knows his style, but this was before I even knew Duncan existed. So I'm going to play that. And I'm going to play that. So here we go, guys.
I was lost in the modern maze, plastic food and borrowed ways. Every answer felt rehearsed, but my body knew it first. Whispers underneath my skin, calling me back again. Not a trend, not something new, just a truth I always knew. I could feel it in my bones, something older than I know. Back to blood, back to bone, back to something I've always known. No disguise, no control, just the fire inside my soul. Cut it down, strip it good. I don't need what they said I should.
That's another one, but we're not here to see that one. So, do you think George was right? Um, it was bizarre how Barb wrote the theme tune to the book without actually knowing about the book. I know. Yes, that's what's happening. We're waiting on Duncan. But I was told the first time was he wouldn't be here till between 1 and 1:30, so the money song right there, the song is great. Well, thank you. You are a psychic. Yeah, I never heard of him before. It wasn't until John. It wasn't until George told me. Agreed, Julie. 100. George, make that happen. Contact FGM Studios. Now, usually I do not send it up through the distributor if it's too gory or too carnivore-ish. I keep it on the channel, and I'm not sure if I sent this one. I might have sent it up. Yes, this is on Suna. This is on, I did send this to the distributor. Yep, Back to Blood. It got sent April 3rd, 26, so it should be on all of them. But I didn't do all the other ones. Oh, well, I did do Sacred Blood. That was another one. The first Sacred Bite, Designed to Devour. That's all sent up. The Awakening. Yeah, those are all sent up. George is definitely the PR man. He makes things happen. As soon as I heard it, I knew it was 100% perfect and sent it to Duncan, who told Gramma via me to make more. I actually played the voice note to Barb. I think Duncan's awake. He's blue on WhatsApp. Oh, you like today's? I like today's. The one today actually came from Myth 16 in the book. Myth 16. That song is dedicated or inspired by Myth 16 in the book. The first chapter is about different myths. Yes, today I like it. I used to work in the music industry with my husband, well, all the entertainment business, but honestly, I would have contacted a promoter if I heard the song back then. Oh, wow. Maybe just the right people haven't seen any of the songs. Poopy. Landed and back home. Well, Poopy, we're about ready to have someone come in on the panel that inspired some of the songs that I've been writing. and you probably just missed one. But welcome home, Poopy. George, are you dressed yet? Throw on some pants and get on in here. I put oregano oil on my mosquito bites. I actually can't even see it now. I love that oil. Uber was trying to charge me $90 and it's normally $40. So we took Lyft. Just wanted to give them a shout out. Hello, Carnivore Muscle. Or Jonathan, I should say. I am dressed. I'll give Duncan a ring at 6:15 our time to check he's okay, and then I'll come on. Ah, hey Barb, I'm here listening in bed. Okay, thank you, Freethinker. My husband and I were talking about the price of owning a car and think Uber might be the way to do, but it is restrictive not to drive your own car. Not sure I could transition. Jonathan, DC Builder, has a lot of new inspiring videos. I am listening while watering my avocado and mango trees. Nobody watered them the whole 3 days I was gone. They look pitiful. Hey Juliet, I'm amazed to see some of the names here at this time. That's because we have someone coming up, Jonathan, the author of Blood and Bones. Duncan Smart is going to be here anytime. I was told about 1:30, but Eastern, so I don't know what time that is for y'all. So I think some people are here for that. And some are just here because this is when we usually hang out. It's fun, Alex, when you see how the watering starts rising their leaves back up and such right before your eyes. Yeah, probably about 20 minutes from now. Or any time. And then George will be up. And Ann, Duncan is a bonus. Yeah, I'm here for Grandma, but Duncan's a bonus. Yeah, we have a lot of people that this is their normal time to hang out. Yeah, I gotta go back to watching DC's breathing techniques. I was doing them for a while and then I stopped because all kinds of craziness started. But now that I'm walking again, I want to get back into it. Um, Terry, yes, but I need to take them out of the containers. It's been 2 months since we bought them. Ooh. I already slept a few hours, then woke up for Barb's interview. I can sleep in today. Well, later today. Ready, ready. Good morning. Came on ready. Ready for sex. Big knickers and rock and roll. Don't forget to hit the button, y'all. Yeah, I don't really consider this an interview. I just consider it as someone coming. I tell myself I don't do interviews. I let all of you all do the interviews. I just do the hangout. So I see that Duncan and George and whoever else is coming to hang out and chit chat.
George joined.
It is, George.
Yeah.
Well, look at the mess you are. It took you this long to look like this.
Yeah, well, it's what you call shabby chic, Bob. Why have I got an echo? I've shut down YouTube.
What's that?
I have an echo.
Oh, no, that's me. That's me. That's me. I do echo cancellation after playing that song.
All right. Okay. Good. Well, I just spoke to Duncan. Literally, just spoke to Duncan, and he's just about ready to come on himself. So
Okay.
hopefully he'll find the link and come on, and hopefully Stream Talk Studio will.
You might have to come in here first and then take the link to get up here because with Debbie, it usually asks to pay for it. So I hope he doesn't pay for the stream where he's outside of the chat.
Okay.
So hopefully he doesn't. So he might come back saying, I can't get in there. It wants me to pay. Don't let him pay. He doesn't need to pay.
Right.
I don't know why that happens to Debbie. It hasn't happened to anybody else. So
how does he get around it?
He comes into the chat and then just takes the chat and comes up. Takes the link once he's in the room.
Right. Okay.
For some reason, I don't know why, but it happens to Debbie where she gets something that says she's got to pay for it. I've never heard of anyone. It's never happened to me. I mean, it didn't happen to you that day that you and I met. You didn't get no.
No, it didn't. It was fine. That was no problems.
Yeah.
Oh, fingers crossed. I told him any problems that just to give me a ring. So I've got my phone here. So any problems, he'll get back to me. So. Keep the faith, trust the process.
Juliet says, George, I think this is actually the first day in 6 months that we didn't talk. That's so weird.
It was a bit weird, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a bit weird actually, but I was very, very busy because both of us had a wedding to go to last night. So that was the reason why, I think, more than anything else. And I was Juliet, I've got a lot to tell you. Some of which I'll probably mention on here actually. But Kerry's kicked into life now and has asked me to do a few things for him, and I've also got to change a few things about the accommodation for the Great British Meetup because Nelson can't make it now. So I've got to go and do some cancellations and rebookings and that sort of thing. So it's a busy time. It's a busy time for me at the moment.
Well, that's a bummer that he can't make it.
No, it's a shame, but he can't. He's otherwise engaged, so he's I still got kilts coming, and I've got to find some accommodation for our friend Angela as well, Angela Lara.
I was strutting my big knickers around the dance floor at a wedding party last night.
Yeah. Yeah, Lainey's one case where for some reason her knicker elastic seems to be fairly solid while I'm around these days.
They're not stretched out.
No, not. It's been a long time, Barb. It's been a long time.
Nelson got his passport to come.
He'll probably end up using it for something else, I expect.
Yeah. Pharaoh Grandma says, is everyone following the lead up to Jonathan's next competition? Don't know nothing about it. I'm sure other people do. We comfy in our knickers. I love that word, knickers.
Yeah, it's kind of a very English word. I think the closest is panties in the States, I think.
I always thought knickers were, boys before they grow up, they wear the pants that goes down just below their knees.
Yeah, there is actually yeah, I think it probably does come from that. I think they're called knickerbockers. They're actually called knickerbockers.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, because I thought those were knickers. So anytime anyone ever talked about knickers, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, I think they're actually called knickerbockers. It's probably where knickers comes from, but they've come to mean ladies' panties. But now, basically, really, that's the thing. We would understand panties in the UK, but knickers is just a very English word. If you're getting wound up about something, if you're getting angry about something or stressed about something, then we say, "Don't get your knickers in a twist." That's a very English saying. Juliet, if you're paying attention, that's one which you can use when you're over here to show how English you are. Don't get your knickers in a twist.
I thought knickers were like boxer shorts. Why is it we always turn into talking about our underwear when you're around, George?
It's grammar after dark. I seem to have that effect. Everybody wants to talk about underwear when I'm around. I don't know why.
Actually, tonight it was Lainey that brought it up, wearing her knickers.
I think it was Juju last night. I think the actual song which you wrote about me actually originated from Juju's comment. There we go. I think the comment was something like, "Does George wear knickers?" And I pointed out the fact that no, they're more likely to come off when I'm around, not go on.
You told the story.
That was the reason why.
You told the story of when you was a young soldier.
Yeah.
You would I can't remember how you worded it though. You would stretch out panties or well, you didn't use panties, knickers.
No, it was the knicker elastic used to loosen a bit when I was around him when I was a young soldier. I think that's what it was.
I am tied with 4 people at 75 points. Number 4, not good. Oh, poor Poopy. He always likes to be number 1 in the chat. Don't get your bra twisted, LOL. They would magically come loose. Yeah, magically come loose. Thank you, Poopy.
I'm going to go for a walk around town later and take some photographs of my hometown for a bit of publicity work for the meetup. So I'll be sending that to Juliet and probably posting it on a couple of groups as well. Take a picture of the church, take a picture of the park, the docks.
Oh, nice.
Some sort of we've got a very historic town here. We're very historic town.
Yeah, I can't believe Poopy's been a member now for 6 months. No spanking, not missed it. Did I miss the author? Nope. Still
No,
waiting on him. Anytime. We said originally 1:30 anyway, so.
we did. Yeah, so I spoke to him just now. He says he's nearly ready. My only concern is him finding the link because he's not familiar with the corner. So it's just a question of him finding the link and coming on successfully. Because sometimes Talk Studio does keep me waiting for quite some time with the spinning word of doom. So hopefully he'll get on okay.
I am not familiar with your guest. Can you give me um this book right here that I've been reading? These two books. This is like the vanilla side to this book. This is more like vampirish, but not really. It is, but it isn't. Even though it says the Vampire's Guide to Carnivore Living, I really don't think that. Um, oh, he's here.
Hooray! Good old Duncan.
It took me about 10 minutes to log in because it wanted me to set up an account. I've never done that before on here, so I apologize. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay, guys?
Oh, we can hear you.
Would it be better if I was landscape? There we go.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Good. Sorry about that. I should have realized that you needed me to set up an account.
Well, I am so like happy to finally meet the man that supposedly I'm writing songs from your book before I even knew the book.
I think it's incredible, isn't it? I mean, me and George have been talking about synchronicities and coincidences, and these synchronicities, they happen for a reason, and it's incredible what happens when we stop and spend the time thinking about it, or realizing or spotting these signs. So yeah, so thank you for sharing those with me, George. And your songs, that I've been sharing those with people recently, and being really impressed with them, Barbara. Absolutely beautiful.
Well, I haven't even got through the myths yet, and I've already got about 7 songs.
Wow.
I did, and they're all different. I don't know. I find your writing very inspiring for the type of songs that I've been writing because I try to do carnivore ones for my channel and some other ones. Um, so I could, when George told me about the book and what I was doing, I said, I got to have the books. I got to have the books. I immediately went and got both of them. And I know you did what? How many? 4 or 3? I see a few books up there. Those of
Yeah,
you were the only 2, or else I would have bought them all.
Well, Barbara, they're all very similar, so please don't go out buying them all. What I've tried to do is I repackaged them. So if you got Blood and Bone, that's the original manifesto.
Yeah.
You know, so the rest of them are just because, as you know, as you've written, have you seen how I wrote it? I wrote it almost like that manifesto with parables, and then I started to
I
think,
love that.
perhaps I'm missing out on sending out our important message. So if people start to think it's fictional, then they're not seeing the underlying important message, which is about our healthy way of lifestyle. Then I'm missing a trick, really. So then I repackaged it under Carnivore, the manual. And then somebody said, but you're not going to actually get anybody in that's not already carnivore. So say they were carnivore interested, meat tempted, then perhaps you may repackage it under a healthy lifestyle style book. And that's where the third re-edition came from, which is Ancestral Living. So it's a very similar book. I've just changed it a little bit. So the Blood and Bone is my original vision, my visionary manifesto. So that's what you have.
Well, I think so far, I haven't read the whole thing. I've only got to hear because every time I read something, it's like, oh, that would make a great song. And I go
that. I love that. Now,
like last night and today, I got a song from Myth 16. That's where I'm at, and I've already got like 7 songs from your book.
I mean, how it developed over the years really was each chapter is a standalone chapter, as you'll realize.
Yeah.
But I tried to weave them in together, and right down to almost to the end of the publishing, And then I was talking to my partner about something, and I was talking about my friend who had lost through cancer. And I thought, I'm going to have to put a chapter about cancer in there. She says, are you sure that really the world's ready for that? I said, yes, this message has got to be put out there. So there's even a chapter about menopause. Of course, I know very little about menopause, but it's an important one I needed to research and put into that book and weave it into the similar sort of style written around the mythology. So,
Well, I think the book is great. That's all I can say.
I've,
Now, I
I've,
have every time I take a song from you, I've been putting your name in the book in the description.
I've seen that. Thank you.
And also I have a playlist that's just Duncan. All the
Yeah, I've
songs
seen
that
that.
are,
George shared that with me. It's wonderful. Thank you. I was like, I was quite honored, and also, yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm on it that you're okay with me doing it.
But absolutely, I've said this to George. Do not hesitate. If it helps, I can send you the electronic version for you using the text from there. I don't mind. I'm happy to send you that. So if that helps.
Anything really. I just love it. The wording, everything is just so perfect.
Good. I'm glad it's. I mean, George has probably told you I've been a school teacher for a lot of years, and when you're teaching a subject like mathematics, which students consider such a dry subject and abstract, and it's difficult for them, and they'll sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not a mathematician." I said, "Good. I'm glad you're in my classroom because I'm not going to teach mathematicians. I'm going to teach those who will become mathematicians." So I've always taught around the sort of parable style. I will set the problem. I will walk in and say, let's not do any maths today. Let's talk, and I've said this to George before, let's talk about the pyramids and my adventure of trying to climb them. By the end of the lesson, they're calculating the height of them, they're calculating the circumference, they're calculating the volume of the pyramid. Well, that's ticking that box off. So it's really, my teaching is wrapping it around stories. So if I've got an important message, I thought, I want to wrap that around a story, very, very much like our ancestors will have done, sitting around the campfire, talking about the hunt, talking about their ancestors
And
before
all the
them.
rituals and everything
Yes, yeah,
along with the hunt.
absolutely.
It's great.
So there's lots. That's why.
They're still doing rituals when they do their hunt. The children are putting the blood on from a kill that they did. So it's like hearing it from you and then doing my own research and hearing other people talk about real life hunts is just phenomenal. I love it. But you do it like very primal, and it's like they're even doing it today. There's not all cultures because it's a dying thing, but some I've talked to some hunters and they say, "Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
well, I was brought up in that hunting world, and my father always insisted we only ever hunt not for pleasure. We hunt for the kill, for the food pot.
yes."
That's to eat. Don't ever hunt for pleasure. Now I do wonder, as he's got older and they migrated over towards the shoots, but anyway, I won't go down that. But he's always insisted you have to eat everything. So yes, it does become
From
yeah.
from the puppy head to the tail.
And the way that I eat now, and especially with my partner Anna, she went and bought an entire lamb locally. I mean, here in the UK, we're very fortunate, especially up in the north in Yorkshire, to have some beautiful lambs. And I could drive past this field where the local award-winning farmer has his lambs. I could purchase one. It comes from it gets butchered by an award-winning butcher that takes pleasure and delight in that. Every lamb is traceable right to the from a tag in its ear, so we know where it's come from, and then we can give praise to that. It goes into the freezer when she's bought an entire lamb, and it'll feed us for several months. Now, that's not a bad way of eating. Every single time we sit down to eat, we can look into each other's eyes, we can have a little moment of gratitude and appreciate that. Okay, Anna's daughter gets a little bit sick of watching us from the other side of the room, but she's at that age where she just thinks we're a bit strange. We're in a cult. That's what she thinks.
I
Yeah,
love
we got a question, Barb.
Oh,
Barb, we have a question from Juliet. Will Juliet see Duncan in June? In other words, Duncan, are you coming to the Great British Meetup?
Yeah, I've been hesitant in answering that yet, George, because this time of year suddenly gets really busy, and yeah, there's quite a few things going on. I really wanted to, so hopefully tickets won't get sold out too quickly, or if not, I will just sit on the outside. But I'm aiming to try to get down there. I just haven't purchase it yet. The ticket.
Don't worry, Duncan. I don't think they'll sell out, and B, even if they did, we find a space for you somehow or another. So.
Thank you very much, George. It's last time I visited my son at the same time, but he's now next week he's moving up here to Scarborough, so I don't even have that excuse to
true. But come down and stay in Bridgewater because we got the entire Kilts Health. Well, we were going to have the entire Kilts Health team, but Ali can't make it, nor can Nelson. But Kilts himself is going to be there, and I know you get on very well with Rob. So yeah, I'm sure
I really. As soon as I met him, something about us. We have that sort of enthusiasm, don't we? That's almost. It's a passionate enthusiasm that's addictive, almost, isn't it? So.
Plus the fact that Juliet and her husband Doug are actually coming to spend a holiday in the Tudor Hotel as well. So they're here for 8 days. So I've got a tourist itinerary planned for them. So
I saw your plan, George. You could do that for a business. That was superb. Is that?
It's called George Tours. It's called George Tours, and it was actually the idea was born in 2006 when I did it for some Australians, but that was shortly before I had my nervous breakdown and became very ill, so it got shelved. But there is just a possibility that if it does go well on a voluntary basis, on a free basis this summer, then it might actually launch as a business in the future. It's possible.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
So to answer a question, yes, I am, and I would love to meet Juliet as well.
Good.
Any other questions? Are you?
That's the only question I've seen so far. So you carry on talking.
Yeah. So Barbara, I've got a question for you. When I'm promoting my books and I'm learning to promote, and I'm not particularly good at the advertising, but I enjoy it. Can I use your songs?
Yes. Now, George can give you the all the copyright material and letters if you need them. I don't think you do because I'd never. But he's got all the permissions for anyone that's doing anything to do at all with Carnivore can use all of the music.
Oh, brilliant. Well, of course I'll credit you on there, but I just think it would just go so well to the two together. So thank you.
Yeah, you can use any that you want to.
I need to explain that one, Barb. What Barb has done is given us the copyright for her music so that we can use it at meetups, at our meetup. And what Louise has done has created a playlist from Barb's YouTube songs. So this year we will not have to hire in a disco. We are merely going to have a playlist which Louise has put together for the dance music for the evening. So we have 100% carnivore music for the dance in the evening. So it's absolutely perfect. It really is.
That's exciting. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Maybe you can use a couple of songs from Duncan's book.
Yeah, we will. Obviously, the playlist that Louise has put together is a prototype. But what we might do, Duncan, if you're going to be there, we might actually feature a section on you where you can come up and introduce them yourself. You can be the DJ and say, this is like, for example, Back to Blood is the overview of my book. And then you can choose a couple of the other songs associated with chapters. So yeah, I think that would go down quite well actually. That would kind of make you,
actually, yes.
That would kind of make you a bit of an unofficial speaker, if you see what I mean. You can feature.
Of course.
Yeah, well, what we can do is we can tie in your little feature into the evening, so you could actually be the DJ and introduce 3 or 4 of the songs. Yeah, sorry, as you can tell, I'm thinking on my feet here, but it seems like a good idea actually.
That was brilliant. You'd have to actually just cut me off a little bit because as a former teacher I love to talk about myself, so I'd have to stop. That's what I was laughing about. You'd have to give me a corner somewhere that I could have a little poetry corner sitting quietly talking, doing a little bit of reading.
I'm sure we can, when the actual when the evening comes on, what I suspect will happen is that those people who who are well known, as you will be, they'll the crowd will be able to come and talk informally to you, to Kilt, to Dr. Abs, to Richard Smith, to Jonathan. I'm sure everybody will have a little. There'll be a sort of mingling of people going around and speaking to all the well-known personalities there. So I'll be hiding away somewhere because I'm not well known enough to qualify for that anymore.
Well, some of us may disagree with that, George. We think you're well known.
Well, I think perhaps maybe I'm so well known that everybody knows my story inside out and backwards, so they don't need to talk to me. But actually, we've got a couple more questions. We've got a couple more questions in chat. Just let me bring them up.
Yeah, no problem.
Where are we? Where are they? Oh, they've gone past. I saw one from Jerry. Oh, Duncan, were you able to watch the free documentary on Amazon, The Cholesterol Code? It's on Amazon Prime for us. Myself and Lainey are watching it later.
I haven't watched it yet, but I've certainly got it tagged in as my favourite to watch. So when I get a chance to sit down and watch,
yeah.
I watched it today. It was good.
We have the advantage over our brothers and sisters in the States because we can get it free on Amazon Prime. Whereas I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Barb, but I think you guys have to pay for it. Is that right?
I had to pay for it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid $2.99, which isn't much. I don't mind.
It's a good investment in your health.
Yeah. And I felt like it wasn't boring. I don't like anything that's too scientific and they use the big scientific words and all that. If they do, then I lose interest and I walk away. I did not walk away from this.
Well, that's if you see how I've written that book, Barbara, because I come from a science background, the science is very important to me.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to support everything I say with science. But if you see, I purposely wrote it that way that the subscripts, the superscripts with the citations is then put to the end of the book, so it doesn't distract from the flow of the book. So
right.
If you wanted to check that reference, you would have to go up to the back of the book, rather than have it citated with the citation on.
So far, I've just been in the myths.
I'm
still in chapter 1. I've only had the book for less than a week. I think about a week.
Oh, okay. So the myths. Some people say those myths, you could almost write an entire chapter around each myth, which but those are the lies that we've been told. I think many of us talk about that. So and it hurts me a little bit that, but again, we just have to think, we've been sold this for whatever narrative, whatever their reason was, and we now look at it every day as it comes in our own health now and take control of it. It's like we were saying the other day, weren't we, George, about the being a rebellion almost. I think I put that in the book. It's a metabolic rebellion. I think I describe it like that. Just being a little bit different, stepping out from the mainframe and not being one of the cattle, one of the herd, and just finding our own ways.
No, I mean, this is a revolution. There's no question about this is a metabolic revolution because we are going against the establishment. And anything which goes against the establishment is basically a revolution. It's true that we're not out there throwing the barricades up. We're not out there burning stuff down like our French friends do. But it is a revolution. There's no question about it.
And it doesn't matter how small we start. I mean, I have so many friends now who have now declined statins. They've said to the doctors, I don't want a statin. I know what it's going to do to me. So if each one of those it's a bit like, what was it? Was it Gandhi who said something about if you don't think that one person can make a change, try sleeping the night with a mosquito, because it does affect you, doesn't it? A tiny little mosquito can cause that lack of sleep on that night. So one person just changing here and there. Yeah, I agree with you, George.
Yeah, I went to a wedding party last night and I met an excellent young man called Scott. He's 29 years of age. His uncle died of cancer. And so he's been researching cancer, and he's very familiar with Professor Thomas Seyfried. And he's also, because he's part of my extended family, I've never met him before. It's very complicated, the link, but he knows my story. So he approached me and he was so enthusiastic. So I've introduced him to the community. He doesn't know so much about carnivore because he was talking more about invermectin, fenbendazole, and methylene blue, I think, as a cocktail, anti-cancer cocktail. But I've told him that basically that we have a good record on cancer within our community. So I sent him 5 videos so far, I think. DC being one of them, because obviously DC Rebuilding, our friend in Australia, he's the main cancer guru, and he's going to get back to this. This chap Scott is going to get back to me. and I'm planning. I can't think who yet, but I'm planning on having a live video with him. He's not an established carnivore, but what I want to do is invite him on as a carnivore curious young man who is a critical thinker and who is challenging the system. I want him to come on to learn about carnivore, to basically have a Q&A, any questions he's got, what we're about, because he doesn't know about carnivore, but he does know about Thomas Seyfried. So I think he would be an ideal candidate to come on for a Q&A for an interview. So I'm going to find somebody to do that. Juliet, I don't know if how you feel about that, or anybody else would like to do it, then let me know.
Sounds fabulous, does that, George? Yeah, it's something it's almost, I get this feeling that it's sort of been hidden away from the masses about how carnivore can improve the rate of recovery from cancer, if not only that, the lifestyle. But I do get the idea that it's almost been covered up. I mean, when I read about Otto von Warburg, and they've sent a book in Ravenous, it was almost, I couldn't breathe with excitement reading this book. You know, I said to Barbara, I wrapped a whole chapter around that topic. And in my world of athletes, I train with many that are carb burners, and they're consuming for every kilogram of their body weight, how many grams of carbohydrates, they right down to weighing it in the morning. And then they look at me and they say, well, you don't have to do any of that. I said, no, if I don't eat today, I'll eat tomorrow. That's just the way I live my life. And then they say, well, perhaps you won't be as fast. I won't have the rocket power that those guys will have on the carbohydrates. And I've always joked with them and I said, look, I'm going to be the last man standing. I want to win the longevity award, but the oldest man winning these awards. And I've lost one of those friends in that time since I had this conversation, and from stage 4 cancer. It took him so quickly. And I didn't even want to take myself to the funeral, because I just felt as though I was maybe, I don't know, you could imagine how uncomfortable I felt with that having a conversation with him, we're training partners, and then he goes and even right down, because we're messaging, and when he was going to the local NHS and they gave him a menu to eat and it was high sugary food. Well, we know that cancer is fed on sugar. I just couldn't compute it. And he said, well, we don't want any high fat. I'm like, what? It's like, please. Anyway, so yeah.
That like freaks me out, because I'm just an old lady, 65-year-old old lady that just, fell into carnivore just a year ago. And I know more than a doctor. How is this even possible that I would know not to give sugar to someone that has cancer, but a doctor, nutritionist? It doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry.
I know what you're saying, and I've torn myself up quite a lot over the years about this, and I've actually almost dismissed it and thought, well, hold on. When I speak to these doctors, they spend so little time on nutrition. They really do. They look at it's a cure, so they will be presented with something and say, what can we do and they will look at their medical books and find something that they could give to prevent that. They don't really know much about nutrition. I know it just sounds strange to us. It sounds almost counterintuitive, but that's just the way it is. So I think I say to anybody out there, so just take care of it yourself. You do the research. You read the books. There's plenty of us, whether you're putting it out there in your songs, Barbara, I'm putting it in my books, or George is spreading the word through George's only way, which is waving his cap. And he does it beautifully. So it works, George, doesn't it? Your infrastructure of people that is spreading that word beautifully. So
yeah, I don't know what it is, Duncan, but I've been blessed with people skills. So what my role in life is to, within the community, I've given up the idea of being a coach myself. So what I do is I'm a diplomat. I put people together. For example, I put you and Barb together. Whenever I spot a likely link where people will be able to complement each other, I make sure that happens. Talking of which, I want to put Jonathan in contact with my new friend Scott, because Lainey knows Scott better than I do, because he's part of her extended family, and apparently he's a gym instructor as well. And Jonathan has just mentioned about fenbendazole, which Scott is very keen on. So I think that's going to be a very good link. I think, you know, it's I'll put Jonathan and Scott together. We have some QQQs, by the way, guys. The first one is from Jonathan himself, which is, how do you see carnivory in about 3 to 5 years, Duncan? Where do you think it's going to go?
Interesting. I will hope for. I mean, I know what I hope for. I hope it is more accepted and is not considered a cult or a new fad. I believe that there is this undercurrent growing all the time, because when I set off on this journey 8 years ago, well, I was keto prior to that, but going full carnivore 8 years, I knew of nobody. Okay, and I've said to George many times, I never looked at social media, I never looked at these groups, any of these. So to me, it was very, very low key. I almost whispered it, whereas my vegan colleague teachers could wear it as a badge of honor on their sleeves. They could wear their vegan T-shirts and say, I'm a vegan. When the 16-year-old lads were asking what I ate, and they wanted to become like me and to be as fast as me and as muscular as me, and the head actually took me aside and said, can you not tell them about your way of eating, please? Because we'll get phone calls from parents saying that their son doesn't want to eat the fruit and veg or the 5 a day and things like that. So for me, and so it's difficult to answer Jonathan's questions for the future, because I've got myself into this mindset of almost keeping it quiet over these years. I even wrote this book and hid behind the vampire rather than coming out clean, because in the teaching world, I didn't want to talk about the food pyramid that I'm flipping around, or the healthy plate, because I was trying to having to teach it to earn my salary, but I didn't agree with it. So to answer Jonathan's question, if I'm trying, in my mind, I've kept it almost low-key secret for 8 years. To come out clean, it's difficult for me to sort of see a vision of it. I know what I hope, and I definitely know the more I talk to people, the more people are aware of it. And they go, okay, even if they say it's a fad or it's a cult, at least they're aware of this way of eating. Once upon a time, they'd have said, you will kill yourself eating that way. You will die from chronic heart disease eating that way. Now nobody's actually saying that. So you would see this slow graph is now becoming exponential, hopefully. So 3 years' time, I'm pretty sure it will be more accepted.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 questions which I'm going to tie in together. One is from Gemmet, whose real name is Julie, or Juju, as we know her, and the other is from Bonbon, and they're both about your books, really. Juju's is a kind of a generic question, which is, can you just tell us more about your books? But Bonbon is asking specifically, which book would you recommend as the starter guide, or for somebody who is interested in carnivore but doesn't know anything about it? So yeah, an overview of your books, please, Duncan, and then the recommendation for how to get started.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I mean, the one I repackaged, which in fact it's got a different cover on it now. It's got a stake on the front, because again, this looked a bit mythology. It's Carnivore the Manual. The reason for that is the same as Blood and Bone. It's the same book as Barbara's got. Oh, that's it, Barbara's got the latest cover there. It's a slimline version, so it's going to be a better price for anybody buying in. My original Blood and Bone is the same content. It's just spread out almost like a manifesto, like a Bible, if I want to say a Bible. So they will get the same book in that. So if I was them, I'd go for the book that Barbara's got in her hand. Ancestral Health, this one here, I took out the vampirism out of it. So it is the same book, but just without the vampire mythology in there. The vampire mythology is not about a vampire as such. It's actually talking through the vampire's eyes. And the reason for that, guys, is because over the years, when I said to all my colleagues about eating this way, and then when I started to beat them and I'm on the podium, and there was a lot of suspicions that I was perhaps taking performance-enhancing drugs, and because there's a lot of that, especially in the cycling world, and I'm a complete clean athlete. I don't even take a paracetamol. I haven't taken a Nurofen or any pain relief for 8 years because I've had no need. So I am so clean on that. So when they started to ask these questions, and I said, no, It's because I eat meat, and I eat fatty meat, and I eat nose to tail, and I eat organ meat. They looked at me as though I was a mythical creature. There was disbelief in their eyes, and people just walked away. So I said to my partner, I said, if I write this book through the eyes of a mythical creature, are they more likely to believe it? So that's what it's come about. So please step away from that idea of the vampirism. However, on my research, when I started to look at Genghis Khan they were carnivores. It's written into the Chinese mythology. It's written in that they couldn't destroy Genghis Khan's invasion because they said these warriors you could not kill them. They took an arrow. They may a couple of days later recover quickly. They could ride for days without food. You know, this is all starting to tell you something, isn't it? They never stopped. They never needed to sleep sometimes. So how do you defeat an army that just keeps going? If they run out of food, they eat the horses. Now, this is almost, you start to see where this idea of this vampirism may have come from, that the longevity. And then you start going back to even further to biblical times and Cain and Abel. And one was the agriculturist, one was the hunter-gatherer. One killed the other. You know, the fat of the land, all this embroiled into our history, into our ancestry. And you start to think, actually, you could start to see where this was demonized. This way of eating was actually more demonized, and they wanted people to start eating from the grain, from the agriculture, because we get tied into that feedstock like the cattle. You know, it's pretty easy to keep us as cattle. Keep buying from the local grocery shop. Keep eating the grain that dulls your senses, doesn't make you think outside of that. Keep paying your taxes. Oh, let's start bringing another tax in. Keep paying it. Do a good job. Go home, sit in front of your television, fall asleep. Let's go back to work. Don't live too long after retirement, because we do not want to pay that for 20, 30 years for your pension. You know, you start to think, hold on. So this vampirism, this long life, this getting younger. I mean, I'm 58 years of age, almost, Barbara, and I'm going to be racing in an hour, and I'm so excited about racing against these guys going for pro contracts, and I get a buzz from it. And at this age, you know, being a granddad now, I feel younger than I did when I was in my 40s. And people laugh at me and they say, yo, you can't be. And I said, well, I've got less grey hairs, my teeth are better condition, and my skin's better condition. So why? And that makes me feel younger. You know, I'm faster, healthier.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, Duncan, 2 points. One point, we're talking about Scott, my new friend.
Yes.
And when I was talking to him, he'd never heard of carnivore, but I told him about carnivore. And to show that he's a critical thinker, the first question he asked me was, what did the Vikings eat? So, you know, he straight away made the connection between carnivore and health and, you know, energy. So that was very encouraging. But let's move on, though, because I know you've got a race to go to. We have the feral grandma in chat, who's Wendy. And I believe that she actually goes out and gathers her own. She's a hunter. And she has a question. We've had the venison conversation going on. And she wants to know, are you a fan of venison? Do you eat venison?
Yeah, I was brought up on venison, and I do love venison. My problem with venison is the fat content. There's such little fat on it. So I have to eat it with something else or add to it, or perhaps I've got my own mincing machine and then mincing some fat with it. But venison on its own is a beautiful meat. Yeah, absolutely. So, and the organ meat, of course, it's great from a venison.
Yeah, I've got a comment on that, actually, Duncan, because we have a venison supply called Robert Hawker here in the West Country, who is a stalker. And we last saw him in a street market last summer, and we bought some steaks off him. And the fat on the steaks from the fallow deer, the park deer, was huge. And I said, we don't usually see fat on venison steaks. He said, no. He said, I used to cut it off because that's what people preferred. But he said, nowadays, he said everybody wants a fat on the steak, so I leave it on there. So yeah, I think it was. It's more of the point that I think it was a trend to cut fat off when, because fat kills us, don't you, Duncan? Fat gives us heart attacks. So they used to cut it off. But apparently the trend now is for people to keep the fat on the venison.
Okay, George. Well, that's changed my idea on that. So you can see why I've been told this story all my lifetime, and my father presenting well overcooked venison that was a bit dry. Yeah, okay, I may have a look into that.
Yeah. Also, the other question I've got to ask you, Duncan, because I know you come from Yorkshire and live in Scarborough.
I do.
Now, how
Yes.
close is Scarborough to Whitby? Because Whitby was where Dracula landed in this
No.
country, I believe, according
Okay.
to Bram Stoker. Was it
Yeah,
Bram Stoker who wrote the book? Yeah.
Yeah, Bram Stoker. Okay, so Whitby is only 20 miles from here. It's there's the old railway line that I can run to Whitby. I can run back. I could cycle to it many times. So Whitby is just up the road. I have relatives that live in Whitby, and they're one of the pubs there. My cousin owns one of the pubs there, which is quite handy. So my childhood has been brought up with that idea of the vampire. And my children, I mean, I've been a single parent for a long time. My children growing up, I read a beautiful book which was called The Whitby Witches to them, and I used to read them a chapter every night. And then I did my youngest two. I put them we got onto a steam train from Pickering up to Whitby. We stayed in a bed and breakfast overlooking the Whitby Abbey. And my daughter, she was the youngest, she goes, "Dad, it's just like those two from the book." Of course, I'd recreated the book, didn't I, for them on the journey, the whole adventure. The certain time of night go up to the Abbey, and so Tabitha kept saying, "That's just like the book, Dad. It's just like the book." So you'll see even the way that I live my life is similar to the way that I've written, because books have been very important to me. Not just reading the books, but living the book. So you can see that my carnivore books, I've lived the book for the last 8 years and longer, and now then I put it into the book. So Whitby's just up the road, George. Yeah, it's
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make perhaps for our American friends is that anybody who wants to read your book about the vampire, but who wants to actually explore where the idea came from, the book, I think it's just called Dracula, and
it is Dracula, Bram Stoker.
It's written by Bram Stoker, and basically, if you read it, then Dracula comes from Transylvania to Whitby, which is on the North Yorkshire coast in England, 20 miles from where Duncan lives. So if you'd like to find out more about what inspired Duncan to write the vampire book, then get the book Dracula by Bram Stoker. It's bound to be still in print because it's a legend.
Oh, it is. I think it's in free print now, George. So
and you will find plenty of films out there as well, black and white ones right through to modern day ones about vampires. For example, there is.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the one with Tom Cruise. Something to do with
the Interview with the Vampire. Yeah,
Interview with the Vampire. That's right. Yeah.
But I mean, it's come from Eastern Europe. The idea, like you said about Transylvania, and my partner Anna's from Poland, and she's got Slavic ancestry. So there's a whole chapter I've got in there about the Slavic, the history of it. And so whenever I'm reading to Anna, and I go into this like teaching mode where I start to put on this fake Eastern European accent, she'll stop me. She goes, "Duncan, that is just a rubbish accent. Stop that now. You're embarrassing yourself." I said, "I only know one accent. Is this like very, very poor?" It's very poor. So, but it's beautiful when Anna speaks in because she speaks Russian as well, does Anna? But that beautiful East European accent. You can imagine that, George.
Absolutely. Yeah, Spanky's just clarifying. He wasn't sure whether he heard 58 or 68. Duncan is 58, so he's only a youngster. Spanky. I'm 60 and Spanky's 61, and Barbara's 65 years old.
Well done, Barbara. That's beautiful. That's good. So
I'm
a spring chicken.
Yeah, I think you've seen some of Grandma's walking videos, because basically what she's doing is we could do the couch to 5K. What Grandma is doing is housebound, unable to move to 5K, because 5K is 3 miles, and I can see Barbara actually achieving 3 miles before the end of this year, the end of this summer. So yeah, she's basically doing her own version of not couch to 5K, but bedridden to 5K. So I think it's amazing what she's doing.
That's fabulous.
8 months ago, I was using a walker. Couldn't walk. I started with just a few steps in my driveway. I couldn't even walk to the bathroom. I couldn't walk to my kitchen. I had to sit down multiple times to get to either room.
There's a book there, Barbara, that you could write a book about that. I mean, actually, that's the title of the book George has just given you.
Filmed the
Bed
whole
Bath.
thing. I've been filming the whole thing.
Wow. Now, what's interesting about my journey, and if you've ever watched any of the videos, it's the same story I tell over and over again, is I discovered carnivore as an athlete, trying to run marathons, and I got sick of fueling with these gels and having to run to toilets and all the problems that comes digestive issues, because these energy gels, they sell them for more and more money, and they try to put more and more carbohydrates, concentrated carbohydrates into there, where the body will only absorb so much. And also it causes all sorts of problems. The recovery is bad. And that's how it got me investigating and researching how our ancestors ate and how they hunted in a fasted state, and set me off on this journey. And it was life-changing, absolutely life-changing for the better. And I've said to people, and I said to George, and it came along with side effects. And the side effects, eating this way, were less grey hairs, better skin, better teeth, thinking beautifully, having energy all the time. All this came along, everything that we know with eating this way. But what I'm trying to get on with this long and winded story was, then when I met George and I got invited down to meet up with George and the carnivore community there, and they went around the table, each of them introducing themselves, and nearly everybody there discovered it, didn't they, George, through recovery from illness, from metabolic disease, from some really serious illness as well. I felt like a bit of an imposter sitting there saying, I actually came into this way to improve my athletic performance, my endurance performance. So you can see where I'm coming from, why I would have thought myself a little bit of imposter. But we've all got our own story, our own narrative, how we came into it. So yours is very different to mine, Barbara. But really, at the end of the day, it's a very similar story, isn't it? It's got the same basis.
And that's how I sort of ran into you two, was learning about the ancestral way of eating, just like you did. That's what you researched, and that's what I researched, and that's what got me to you, was because of the songs that I was getting into and learning during this journey of mine.
Absolutely. A couple of shout outs. First one to Louise Benning. Louise is a great friend of this channel. I don't know where she is, but she's often around this Sunday, but she's not. She must be lying in or something. It was Louise actually who reached out to Duncan, who found him and who introduced Duncan and myself at that meetup. Secondly, Duncan, we have a lady in the community called Bacon Runner from Maine in the US of A. She is in her late 60s and runs marathons, and she, like yourself, says she feels like she's an imposter because she did it for her athletic performance. In my view, it's you guys are the real heroes, because you didn't need to do it for your health. It was you came here through inspiration rather than through desperation, like myself and Barbara did, for example. So I think that's absolutely amazing. I really do. And that story, I admire those who come here through inspiration more than those of us who came through desperation, because we had nothing to lose. You guys were going along quite nicely, thank you, and yet you took the risk to come and join us. So it's great.
George, that's a really good point. Thank you for that. I mean, I'm a big believer in sometimes sitting back and changing our mindset. And you've actually, you just switched. It's a switch that you've just thrown there by saying that, because I never thought of it that way before. Absolutely. No, I'm gonna stand there proud and shout out. Now I might even write a book about it.
Yeah, it was actually a chap. It was the carnivore rabbi who's since disappeared. He was the one who came up with this saying: "You either come to carnivore through desperation or through inspiration." And so, yeah, I'm going to credit the carnivore rabbi with that. But it's very true. Most of us come through desperation because we've got nothing to lose. And I was heading towards a heart attack. Barbara had written her own will for goodness sake. And think about the other stories that you've heard. Most of us have been, multiple sclerosis, for example, arthritis, cardiovascular disease, cancer. It's all a last ditch effort to turn our lives around. Of course, it works most of the time, but for you guys who actually come here come here in good metabolic health, but you still see the value, I think you are the ones that need to be admired more than anything else, because you are the ones who set the example for the young people who think, oh, I don't need carnivore. I'm not ill. Not yet. I'm never going to get ill. I can outrun a bad diet. So I think you people like yourself and Donna Ray, they are the inspiration for the prevention versus cure, if you see what I mean. So
that makes a lot of sense, George. Thank you for
that.
Yeah.
Write a book, write an article about it, Duncan.
I will. I will.
And sorry, there was another question for you as well. I can't remember who. Sorry, but the question is, do you have a YouTube channel? I think I know the answer to that, but I'll let you.
Yeah, I get asked this all the time, and I apologize for this. I mean, when I wrote this book, and I didn't even know about the carnivore community until I discovered George and introduced me to people, or Louise introduced us all. So I've slowly been learning that over the years. So then also with the book, I wanted, how do you promote it? How do you self-promote these books? So I got onto TikTok, onto Instagram, and I think this is how Louise spotted me and probably thought, okay, that looks a little bit fake, but sometimes we have to come across that way when we're trying to promote something that I'm not comfortable with that world of advertising. So YouTube, I'm quite late into getting into. I've used it for research. I enjoy watching more normally about the cycling and the running. But so no, I do have YouTube on there. I do. I think I'm under Carnivore Guide.
I just posted it. I posted your channel.
Oh, thank you. But there's not much on there. I'd only put in shorts, but I certainly should be doing more videos. And I think inspired from Barbara, just without doing the videos from the walk, I think that's such a good idea. Even if it's just me preparing for a race and then actually finishing it off when I finish the race, and especially if I can get onto the podium and stand there, it's not a bad idea, George.
Yeah, Spanky's giving me a bit of credit, but it's a question of what I've been blessed with, Spanky, because I'm a complete techno idiot. I'm not very good at science, but I have been gifted with the gift of the gab. I think I must have kissed the Blarney Stone, as the Irish would say. And also I can communicate in several different languages, and I'm quite good at putting people together. So it's just a question of, I came into the carnivore community thinking I'm going to be a coach, I'm going to be a teacher. But I've actually realized I'm far better off putting my skills, forgetting about, I'll leave the teaching to people like Duncan and to Juliet and to Jonathan. My skills are basically getting out there and talking to people. And as I said, putting people together, being the diplomat. I'm doing quite a lot of work for both Dr. Kilts and Kerry at the moment behind the scenes. So it's great fun what I do.
But it's such an important role, George. If we go back to our ancestral, to the tribal system, we have got a most beautiful tribe going here. It's our own little community. It's our tribal system. And in that tribe, it is paramount. It's so important that we work to everybody's strengths for the survival of the tribe. The good hunters would go off hunting. The good multitaskers would do the multitasking. The thinkers, the storytellers, because they've got to tell that story. And guys like you to go off to the other tribes to find out, to can you imagine how important that role would be?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but to talk on the tribal level, Duncan, we the carnivore community. We're the carnivore tribe. We are, but we do have clans as well. I'm a member of two. Well, no, I am a member of one clan, which is the Kilts Mighty Tribe, but I'm also the ambassador to another clan, which is Healing Humanity, which is Kerry's clan. Then we have Steak and Butter Girl. We have Sean Baker and Rivero. We have Ken Berry and the PhD. And when I met Rob that day, when I brought him to see you, brought him to see everybody on December the 8th, we actually came up with an idea of the Carnivore Olympics, so that everybody would gather under, and we would have our flags, the KMT, Healing Humanity, Rivero, SBG. And I ran that past Barbara, and she actually wrote a song called the Carnivore Olympics, which is all about this, including the tomahawk throwing, the tossing of the caber, the catching the flying lizards. It's a hilarious song, actually. I will send it. I'll go back and find it, and I will send it to you. I think you would appreciate it being an athlete, an Olympian yourself. Just to clarify, we've been talking about you as an author, but Duncan is also an international British triathlete as well. So that's the reason why he's got to go and train in a minute, or go and compete.
I've got a race. Yeah, I'm going to have to go up to that race. I've never got to the Olympics
because Duncan is an international team triathlete. So
I've
at the
never
age
got
of,
to the Olympics. I would have loved to be in the Olympics, but I've never actually managed to achieve that. I think because I came into it so much older. But I've trained and I have colleagues who've been to the Olympics, so I can watch them on the television and say, I know them, I train with them. But no, yeah, international level, I'm very impressed with it. And funny on that note, George, because my life has changed since I retired from teaching in September, and then I've started doing more promoting with the books, and then I'm on these podcasts and doing so much of this storytelling of actually telling our important narrative, that when I came to writing my achievements this year for renewing my sponsorships I suddenly realized this back end of the year, I haven't done that many races. I haven't achieved that much. So this year, I'm going to have to try to increase things to try to pick that up. Because I haven't qualified for many internationals. In fact, I don't think I'm down for any this year, but I'll make a difference this year. I will get qualified again. So I enjoy the process of the qualifications.
Okay, Duncan, just before you go, there's one story I'd like you to tell as a teacher, because as you said, you retired in September, which has given you liberty to speak now. Can you tell us a story about how you got into trouble when one of your colleagues said she'd rather die than give up her pizza?
Yeah, George, I was always in trouble. I was in trouble when I used to take students down into the canteen and they would say, "Sir, are you getting something?" I said, "There is nothing in this canteen I can eat." And our school had just been awarded the Healthy School Award. They had a big banner outside saying Healthy School Award. And I said, "There's nothing in this canteen I can eat." And then the one of the dinner ladies was laughing because she'd seen me in there before. She goes, "Oh, you could have our chicken, Mr. Smart." I said, "It's wrapped in breadcrumbs. I can't eat that." And then one joked and said, "Well, you could have our," and she teased me about the salt. She says, "You could have our salt." I said, "I can't. It's table salt. It's manufactured. It's not even proper salt." One teaser said, "Well, you'll have to have the water." I said, "Have you seen your water? It's full of additives. It's full of sweetness. It's not, it's like, there's no bottles of water. There is nothing." So I got into trouble for that one. But back to the other one, George. It was in the staff room, and I spent very little time in staff rooms because as a teacher, your lunch times are taken up with students. But towards the latter year, when I was going to retirement, I was, as we do, we try to bring everything down, and I was only working part-time. So I entered the staff room and sat there and I observed what's going on. And you get the little pockets like you do of people chatting away to each other. And one woman turned around, she goes, "Oh, Mr. Smart, you can help me with this one. I want to get into my bikini for the summer holidays." And me, because being so the way I am is pretty special, I'm sitting there thinking, how can I help this woman get into a bikini for her summer holidays? I said, "Can you elaborate on that?" She goes, "Yes, you're into all into all that health. Tell me, what should I do to try to reduce some weight so I can look good on the beach?" I said, "Well, it's very simple. Very, very easy." And everybody stopped in the staff room then. They all like wanted to hear what was going on. I said, "It's so simple, but you won't be able to do it." She said, "Of course I can do it. Why do you think I can't?" I said, "Okay. All I'm going to ask you to do to start with is just cut wheat out of your diet, any grain out of your diet." And she goes, "What, you mean just stop eating bread?" I went, "Yeah." And I said, "But it's also in pasta, and it's also a filler in lots of other food. And every ingredient you look at, which is processed food, nearly has grain in there." And then she looked at me horrified. She goes, "Well, I can't do that." I said, and I almost felt like, I don't know what it's something biblical, because I'd already predicted that she wasn't going to be able to do it. I'd straight away within a few minutes, she said, "Well, I couldn't do that." And I went, "Okay, well, could you maybe start?" And then she looked at all her friends and she goes, "I'd rather die than give up eating pizza." And I just sat there and thought, I said, "Well, get on with it then and do it quickly and don't put such a strain on the National Health Service. Just go and die." And I almost felt like a Dickens character. I think it was Scrooge, wasn't it? It was just go and die. Of course, I got pulled aside for that because she put in a complaint that I told her to die. So it's like, if somebody turns around and said, "I'd rather die than give up my pizza," I don't know what the answer is to that. Don't know.
That's a great story. We're going to have to let Duncan go shortly because I know that he's got a race today. But we do have one more question, and this kind of applies across both of us, Duncan, because as you know, I eat mostly raw nowadays. Wendy would like to know, do you ever eat raw or are you strictly cooked meat?
Yeah, no, I eat raw, and it's beef. Yeah, I will eat raw. It's like a steak tartare, but without all the additives and an egg yolk on the top of it. Yes, I really enjoy that. In fact, I go over to Poland quite a lot now, and Amna's family present us with steak tartare straight away, and it's, it's but I don't. Yeah, beef I feel happy eating raw. Very little else other meat, but I'm not against it. It's just the way that
exactly.
I am.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Duncan,
So as you say, I've got a race. I've got to get to that race.
It's 7:15. So just a quick word, if I can round up and then hand over to Barb. I joke that I wake up with Barb every morning, 7 days a week. Barb is actually probably the first person I speak to while Lainey's still asleep every morning. So Barb does this 7 nights a week. So if you're an early riser and you want to get away from the horrible BBC news, come and join us here in the chat. What's your carnivore guide or something? I think is your handle.
Yeah, carnivore guide
Yeah. So basically, if you come and join us in the morning on chat, then we will see Duncan as carnivore guide. I should also point out that I come on every Sunday morning about this time. So if ever you've got a free Sunday morning after 6 a.m. in the morning, just come and find the chat and come and join us. Louise is often on here as well. It would be nice to see you. And also Jeannie from Australia is often on here. We kind of, as the USA goes to bed, so Australia and the UK take over. But good old Barb keeps the ship afloat. So anyway, so I'm going to hand it over to Barb to say goodbye to you now. But thanks so much for coming on, mate. Good luck with your race today. And anyway, Barb, if you want to wrap things up with Duncan.
I'm just very honored that you came up here.
I'm honored. I'm honored for the invite. Thank you.
Anytime. And I hope that you keep track, because I'm going to keep writing, and I'll put them in that folder and you can listen to them anytime. And please use them in any way that you want to. It is fine with me.
Well, I'll message you anyway, Barbara. I'll keep in touch on email. George has sent me your details. So, but no, I'd like to come back because, as you can see, I'm very, very passionate about what I have to say, and I love the opportunity to be able to stand on my soapbox and preach more or less. So.
Yes, well, you're always welcome to do that here.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Right, I'm going to go prepare for my race now. Get into
Good luck. Have fun.
Into a lycra, and I know it's going to hurt. The first 25-mile race of the season is always going to hurt. So, well, that's what we do. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers, Duncan. See you later, mate.
Bye.
Well, that was great, huh?
Good. Excellent, Barb. It went very well. I knew it would do because Duncan is a bit like me. He likes to talk and he tells some very good stories. Right, have we got anybody else to come on? Because I'm okay for another 45 minutes. If anybody else wants to jump in on the panel and
come on in. I tried to get someone to come in early and they wouldn't come in. Come on.
I think everybody was a bit shy. So, but if anybody wants to come on and give a bit of feedback as to Duncan's interview, that'd be really
Here
good.
Comes Terry.
Good old Terry.
Good old Terry.
Good young Terry, I should say. Sorry, Terry.
I'm crocheting. Don't bother me.
Bother me. There's a song called "Don't Bother Me," isn't there? Can't remember. It's suddenly sprung into my head. It doesn't matter.
Barb, Duncan, George, thank you. Was interesting. You're welcome, Joe.
It was interesting.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Here's Manoa.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, it's weird how I'm not even through chapter 1 and already have about 7 songs.
Yeah.
I don't know what songs.
Guys, talk amongst yourself. Do like I did last week. Talk amongst yourself 5 minutes. I need to go. I've been talking for an hour. I need to just go and grab another coffee. So I'll leave the screen on, but I'll be away for 5 minutes. You never know. Lainey might come in and say good morning as well. I'm not sure where she is at the moment, but I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Cheers.
Hi, Georgie.
Jeannie!
BRB.
Oh my God, you're home.
Yes,
I missed you. I'm so happy.
my hair looks like a piece of crap, but
I don't care. I love every single hair.
I
Doesn't
missed,
Like a
matter.
zipper
I
top.
missed all of you too.
How many miles did you drive, Jeannie?
Oh, hang on, I got to kill the echo. Echo, echo, echo. Right. Sorry, Terry, I missed that.
How many
Oh,
miles
God.
did you have to drive to go visit your friend?
6 hours.
Oh, God.
Shit. That's a long drive.
Yeah, so I'm a bit tired, but I wanted to come on because I missed you.
I missed
Did you wear
you.
Did you wear a Depends undergarment in the car so you didn't have to pull over to go pee?
I'm only 61 years old, Terry, so no. I did not. No, she lives in a great place. It's sort of near the coast,
Oh,
so
Debbie.
beautiful coastline and everything. But she's in the city. It's a smallish city. All the quirky shops and shopping and everything, and then country drives not far away. She's got it all there. So, yeah. And she
Would
looked
you
after me. She did everything for me. She cooked for me. She didn't make me do dishes or anything. She's such
How
a sweetheart. You know?
nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice to get out of the house and go do something else and let someone wait on you.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. She's a great mate. Great mate.
Great mate. Everybody we know, though, they're like
Not a soulmate. Not a soulmate.
Well, maybe a
6
friend.
hours.
If I found a potential partner, I tell you what, you would know about it. I would let you know.
Yeah, we would know. She'd let us know for damn sure.
Well, the way your hair is right now looks like you did.
No.
I would ask you if the drapes match the carpet. That's what I would ask you.
You are also naughty.
Well,
Meanwhile,
everybody hears it.
Everybody. You don't know what you've come into, darling. I tell you what, they're going to corrupt you. I can assure you.
I don't mind being a little corrupted. It's okay.
Hey, Duncan's pretty cool, isn't he?
Yes, wasn't that great?
I caught I don't know how much, but yeah, he sounds great.
I've seen him on something else, but I don't remember what it was.
Well, Juliet has interviewed him, so maybe you've seen him on Juliet's.
Maybe that's what it was.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look for that.
But like when you're reading the book, Barb, do you hear his voice while you're reading the book?
Well, no, because I really didn't know that much of him back then.
But now you will. Now you will.
Now I will. But in all fairness, I love how, not that I care less about the American language, but I just love the English vocabulary when they speak.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Yeah.
And it carries over into their words, their writing as well. So they just have this really awesome, with you too, Jeannie. I just love your words. It makes me smile,
Yeah. When I said to you the other day, I'm buggered, I thought, oh, that can have a rude connotation too. So.
It's because you say things like buggered.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that day that we don't understand.
That day I had a couple of beers. We had a big lunch. I came back. I was a bit tired. But my mate, I've tried to give her little hints at things. She's not totally closed off, but she'll have a big fat smoothie every morning. She has to have it, and I had more energy than her. She had to have a nap, but I didn't, so
I know.
It's like I tell her a little bit, but I don't want to go too far, but she won't give up her fruit and stuff. So,
It's hard to get people to give up their morning smoothies.
Yeah. I mean, she hasn't researched. I've been looking into this for a few years, and other people who haven't, they'll think you're from bloody Mars. alien, you know. And she recently went for all the tests, you know, bowel cancer, got a
Ooh, what a long
breast,
link.
got a breast squished in the machine, and I said to her, I'm not doing any of that. I refuse to do any of that.
I'm not doing any of those anymore either. I don't give a shit what they say.
No way.
We've been radiated half of our life. You figure you get radiation at the dentist, you know, they're always taking x-rays of us. Even since when we were little kids, we've been radiated.
Yeah, that's right. But once again, I didn't, you know, I just let her tell her stuff. I didn't say, well, I'm not going for any of that. It's this, that, and the other thing. You know, gentle. Well, put it this way. It's up to her if she wants to do all that, you know. I'm just not. So.
Well, the thing of it is, you make people aware of the diet that you're on, and then they think it's dumb, maybe, but eventually they're going to say, what did you say you eat? You know, they'll come back later. It's about the awareness more than anything else.
Well, to be fair, she didn't, and look, I've totally gone off. I ate all sorts of stuff, right? But I can sort of get away with it for a little bit, you know. But she has never said, I think that's insane, you know. So credit to her. She might think it, but she hasn't said it. So, you know, so that's okay.
Yeah, talking of irradiation. Talking of irradiation, we have 10 miles from us, we have a big nuclear power plant. And I actually spent 4 years working there. And before I got the sack, because I was a bit of a revolutionary, I could see there were a lot of things wrong. So I kicked up a bit of a fuss and they suspended me from work. And then they eventually managed to get rid of me. But I think it was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life, because I went into a deep, dark depression, became very ill. And I don't think if they hadn't sacked me from that nuclear power plant, I would not be sat here with you guys now, because it was part of the patchwork of my life, which led me to the carnivore community. So, even though at the time it seemed like a bit of a disaster, not a disaster, but it was a setback in my life. But that setback has led me to much better things. I'm a lot happier now. I hated that job. I really hated it. Yeah. And it was very well paid. But, you know, I've recovered. I've found the carnivore community. I've cured my metabolic disease. My depression is long since gone. I am now very energetic, really enjoying life. So so to the nuclear power industry who sacked me, thank you very much. It was the best. It was a very good thing that happened to me. You know.
POQ. Do we all know what that means?
Say again, sorry.
POQ. Piss off quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have a saying in the British Army, which is puffo, which is pack up and F off. So I puffoed from the nuclear industry.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh
well. It's all about when one door closes, another one opens.
Well, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
very
why.
true.
If you know, if things don't go your way, you try to accept it and think, well, it's for a reason. There must be something else, you know.
Yeah, I've got several stories about how things have gone wrong for me.
I'm sure you have to.
I've got millions of stories. But they've led to better things. You know, one of my favourite stories is when some little bastard broke into my car and meant that I couldn't go out and do out for the day, which I had planned. But I managed to get there about an hour later, and that put me in a position to help an old lady who had fallen into a ditch and was by herself. So if I hadn't been delayed by an hour, then that old lady might have died of hypothermia in that ditch. So
yeah. There's so many examples of things like that, and I really love that kind of thing. You know, I really do. It's
Spanky, how big around is Winston's neck? Like, with this bit around there?
I was thinking there what you were gonna say.
I want to know how big Winston's neck is.
Why do you want to hang him or something, Harry?
It's a friendship necklace for Winston. I've been working on this thing for 6 months, bitches. Look at this thing.
Wait. Are you getting faster, darling? That's the main thing.
I'm getting faster. That's the cool
good.
part.
That's good.
I'm getting faster. I'm getting ready to switch to another skein of yarn. That's why I wanted to finish this one. Okay, so when I finish this whole chain, what do? Do I just tie off each end into a knot? Is that how I keep it from fraying up? What do you do?
Just, let me see. I gotta find out some yarn. Here, let me make a couple of chains and I'll show you.
Watch Barb's make a chain in 2 seconds. Takes me 10 minutes to make a 3 foot. I just have a 3 foot piece of yarn.
Hey, small steps, Terry. Small steps.
Watch Barb though. She's gonna piss me off really bad right now.
All right, I'll go real slow.
Oh, shut up, Barb. Go fast.
Just a quick one, guys. Well, this in the chat, there's My Living Journal. I'm not sure if I've ever met My Living Journal. I'm sorry, I don't know your actual name, but My Living Journal is saying that they're going to start carnivore. So, yeah, it's make sure you do the research, My Living Journal, because there are some problems in the early times with electrolytes. Increase your salt. Don't necessarily go straight from the standard American diet straight into carnivore. Do a gradual elimination process. Get rid of what I call the seasoned peas to begin with. Cereals, cookies, cakes, chocolate, pizza, pastry, pasta. Eliminate them gradually, and I think you'll find it easier to transition rather than trying to go straight into carnivore, because that does present some problems with energy levels, headaches, diarrhea. But if you gradually eliminate everything, cut down on everything first. It took me 18 months. It took me to transition from the standard American, standard atrocious diet to full carnivore. So take it slowly. That's my recommendation. Just gradual elimination. Cut down first, then eliminate, and you'll find it easier.
Yeah. We don't say pasta. We say pasta.
She's saying that yes, been doing research for 6 months.
Brilliant.
She's been doing keto. I know she's been in here for a little bit.
Okay. Yes, I've just never met My Living Journal before. So, do we have a name or just?
She's been on keto.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. That's fine.
So now she's gone from keto and she's going to go ahead into.
Yeah, that was how I did it. I started low carb because of what the advice was given to me by a nurse. Then my great friend Max taught me about keto, so I went keto, and then I gradually went through the keto until eventually I got to carnivore 18 months later, and it's worked very well for me.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, just to remind everybody of the 4 pillars of carnivore. Have a good why, strong why you want to do it. Research. Mindset, change your mindset. Don't believe everything. Question everything that you are told by the establishment. Don't trust doctors, don't trust teachers, because they themselves have been taught wrong. So change your mindset, be open-minded. And then ultimately, what you've done here as well, My Living Journal, is what we've all done, find community. Because when you find community, internationally, you don't feel so alone, and you know there's always a place to go to where you can meet other people. For example, the Kilts Mighty Tribe, KMT, and Gramma, since she started the Korner has become my go-to place to find community, where I find some like-minded people, not only in the terms of carnivore, but also in the terms of the sense of humor. Haven't I, Terry? Haven't I, Ginny? Haven't I, Spanky?
I want to add one thing to all that. One thing to all of what George is saying. Of course, spot on. But one thing that I would suggest for anyone that's just starting out, that once you find that spot where everything is happening for you, whether you're losing weight, doing it for healing, whether it's for pain, once you get to that spot that's working for you, don't change it. Because once you start changing it, you're going to go off. because you're going to start saying, oh, I'm supposed to have more fat. Oh, I'm supposed to have more macros. I'm supposed to have more proteins. Yes, in a sense you are, but everybody is different. Every single person is different. I made the mistake of listening to someone say, you need 180 or 60 grams of protein. You need to have about 120 grams of fat. You need to do increase. You need to eat butter. And when I started doing all that, I started gaining weight. So you have to be careful. You have to know why you're doing it, whether it's for weight loss or just getting healthy. If you're skinny mini and you're underweight, because I don't know what your story is, then yes, increasing fat's a good thing because you'll get some fat. You put some fat in storage that's good fat, not bad fat. You'll start to gain weight and get healthier. But if you're obese, like I am, severely obese, then you don't need to eat as much fat, like 120 grams, because you're not going to lose any weight. And also keep in mind, too, that this diet isn't about losing weight. Don't do it just for weight loss because you're going to heal. You're going to get discouraged if it's just for weight loss. It's an overall healthy way of eating. That's the only thing I would add to all that.
At the moment, Dr. Kiltz is confusing everybody to the point where they're getting a bit pissed off with him because he's trying to get the message across and he's not doing it very well. That what we're talking about here is an ancestral way of eating. So everybody's fixation with measuring labs, with measuring macros, protein, fat, and carbohydrates, he thinks is wrong because basically, did ancestral man wonder what the macro ratio should be? How many carbohydrates should you eat? What were the ratio of fat to protein? No,
of course
they just sat down and ate the fatty meat.
Yeah,
that's right.
What Dr. Kiltz is saying is instead of worrying about all the science or the scientism as he calls it, he says there's two ways of eating: plants or animals, and that's it. It's as simple as that.
We are born predators. We hunt, we eat. Well, in a sense, we hunt at the grocery store. We get our meat, we take it home, we eat it. We're predators. We're not calculators.
Exactly.
That's how I look.
Yeah.
I mean,
the thing is, if I eat too much runny fat, I'll get a bit of diarrhea, and that tells me rein it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You
know
what I mean?
Barb and I talk the same language here because, as a lot of you know, I eat raw, which is not good, which is not palatable for everybody. But Barb also backs me up here because when Lainey does cook me a power bowl, I do not eat it hot. It goes in the fridge and I eat it straight out the refrigerator, and the fat is solid, the solid white fat. So I'm eating solid fat, not rendered fat. So yes, I'm eating cooked food, but it's cold. So I'm eating the solid white tallow, and it has stopped all of the running to the toilet, which I used to have when I used to eat it hot. So again, change your mindset. Great, cooked food is great, but eat it cold so that the fat is solid, and it will help. And Barb and I very much agree on that.
Yep. I don't have a gallbladder, which means I even before carnivore, every time I ate, I had explosive diarrhea. I just got used to it. And I find that on carnivore, I can control my explosive diarrhea. And that is by just not eating rendered fat, eat it cold.
Yep.
So people say, oh, you got to have oxide bile, you have to do this, you have to do that.
No.
Not if you can eat. Yeah, you have to listen to your body. You have to do what's right. Now, if none of that works, then yes, I'm saying it wrong. Oxide bile, right? Am I saying
Oxbile?
Oxbile.
Yeah.
Yes, then try that. But other than that, I don't. Yes, Siri. Come on, I don't even know where my phone is. Siri.
People don't want to eat oxtails. Why would they eat ox bile? Bile just sounds so gross to me.
Oxtail is delicious. But
yeah, oxtail is delicious. Oxtail powder that you put into your food or water or applesauce is terrible. It's so gross.
I'm sure it's.
But you can also get oxtail capsules as well.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
have to taste the ox bile.
absolutely, Manoa, absolutely. Because Lainey, I've noticed in my living journal is another without a gallbladder. Lainey does not have a gallbladder, and she was suffering with the
Right.
diarrhea as well. So we ran it past the wonderful Dr. Nelson Vasquez, and he suggested ox bile tablets like Manoa just
tablets.
suggested.
Tablets.
Or, yeah, capsules. And he also suggested digestive enzymes in the form of a capsule as well. Lainey went to the ox bile capsules, didn't get the digestive enzyme capsules, but it sorted her out. So she doesn't. So she takes daily ox bile, and she also takes daily collagen as well. So those are two good supplements, and the collagen has helped with her hair because she is a cancer survivor, and she did lose all of her hair, and it grew back differently. But and also it's helped her skin. Her psoriasis is gone now. So carnivore and collagen have helped with psoriasis. She didn't have it seriously, but she had patches of it, and that's all gone. And her hair is a lot more manageable now. Her new hair is a lot more manageable. So she is again the living proof that supplementing certain things can be very helpful.
She's lucky it isn't what they used to give us years ago for explosive diarrhea. It's disgusting.
And when I always talk about shit on this channel, for God's sake.
It's my favorite topic.
When I started carnivore a year ago, as soon as I got done eating, now I still have a gallbladder, okay? But as soon as I get done eating, within an hour, I'd have the runs, and it didn't matter what kind of meat I was eating. I could eat chicken, wings, or I could have lamb or beef, and it would just go straight through me.
Well,
And
salt does that too. Like if you get up in the morning and if you were constipated or something and you make warm water and put some salt in it and you drink it, within a half hour you're gonna shit your guts out. So salt has a lot to do with it.
What's up, Miss Terry?
I miss you too, Jeannie. You should be running off of these mates in Australia, motherfucker.
I know.
Here all of our own.
With these mates.
I thought for sure you were telling us that you got married. Because I don't know. But my mate is my husband. So she said, "Oh, I got a mate," and I'm like, "Not married."
I thought these damn Yankees.
Yeah,
I thought it was so funny.
yeah. We Brits and Aussies, we use mate a lot. For example, I always say "G'day, mate" to Jeannie, but we don't plan to do any mating as such in the very near future, Jeannie. But yeah, you are my mate. In the Aussie and the.
Well, I thought she was telling us that she was mating and had a grand old time on her little vacation, and yeah, she's got herself a mating.
The ironic thing is, if I had a partner, I would never call that person a mate. Ironically.
No, it doesn't sit right, does it? Your mate is your mate's your mate, and your partner is your spouse, your lover.
Well, for us, a mate is our husband. It's our lover.
Yes, I found that out. Yes.
For us,
It's
a
a soulmate.
that you're mating with.
Hey, lady. Yeah, that was so funny, Barb. That cracked me up.
I know. It was hilarious.
I'm a bit stiff this morning from dancing the night away.
Dancing the night away.
In me big knickers, Juju.
Put your big girl pants on.
I did. He was missing for the whole night. Didn't see him or Scott, who he was on about. They were out in the garden chit-chatting. So me and Bex were out on the dance floor, strutting our stuff with 3 7-year-olds.
See you later. See ya.
Someone's saying, "Terry, don't sugarcoat it." Oh, it's Debbie.
Okay, you're supposed to be teaching me how to tie off. You're supposed to be teaching me how to tie off a chain, Barb.
Oh, yes. All you have to do, see if you see how you got the loop on there?
Yeah.
Right? All you have to do is just pull that string out like that. There you go.
And then just automatically like that?
Yeah.
Now I got to make a whole new one so I can see if it works and if you're lying.
Just pull it out. That's all.
And you don't have to tie it together and you don't have to do anything?
No.
That's so crazy. It's like magic.
Now, if this was on a skein and you had to cut it off, then you'd have to cut it off and do the exact same thing. But since we just got a little tiny, you want me to mail this to you so you have another long piece?
I've got another long piece.
Looks like a worm.
I need to send her some yarn.
You don't need to send me. I can afford yarn.
It doesn't matter.
With an instruction manual.
We had visions of Jeannie gallivanting around Australia countryside with her mate. Mating.
I wish.
Skinny dipping out there with the kangaroos and
mating out there with the crocodiles.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Running through the willy wax naked.
No, there won't be any willies whacking me, I can assure you.
No willies.
Oh dear. Oh man.
Well, we're glad you're back, Jeannie, and you had a good time.
I told my mate about baby Bob, and I think she thought you're a little bit woohoo.
Oh, about baby going in her shirt?
Yeah.
You know what I've been doing all night long so that she didn't do it while Duncan was here? I had to keep showing her the dress.
to keep her at bay.
To keep her at bay and not jump in my lap. It was like,
you can't get in me unless you have this dress on.
I got your own dress? What? And she's going to hate me forever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got an amusing Facebook story. Recently, myself and Lainey have collected a new friend, and she said, "Who is this person, George?" I said, "I don't know. I must have accepted for a reason." And then Lainey accepted this person as well. I said, "I don't know who it is," and she said, "Oh, it's somebody called Shannon." I said, "We don't really know any Shannons apart from Shannon Goddard, the coach." And she said, "No, this is a bloke. This is a chap." I said, "We don't know any Shannons who are chaps." So we were totally mystified about who we'd accepted as a friend. But then in one of the chats yesterday, I can't remember where it was, Spanky, but somebody asked you, "Are you Shannon?" And you said, "Yes, that is me." And that's who our new friend on Facebook is. So we accepted Spanky without even realizing it was Spanky. So it was nice to have you as a friend on Facebook, Spanky.
But it freaked me out too at first. Also,
yeah,
it took me a minute to figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, because we have a policy basically of accepting anybody who comes up on our Facebook as long as their credentials as a carnivore are okay. So we don't necessarily know everybody, but if they have mutual friends, or if they say I am carnivore, or they're a member of a carnivore group, we just accept them as a principle. Because back when I first started on Facebook, I accepted some very strange people because I was accepting everybody, and I got some very, very dodgy photographs from some very dodgy young ladies over in the United States, most of whom I think were looking for a sugar daddy. So yeah, Lainey gave me a lot of tellings off about that, so I've got to be very careful nowadays. But basically, if you come up as a carnivore and we have a lot of mutual friends, then we do accept you. But we are a bit more careful now about who we accept as friends.
Yeah, I get lots of weird friend requests from whoever.
I know you get them all because they're all from somebody else that's a friend of yours. Then their friend things come on, and it's not like they ask for the request. It's just that Facebook asks.
Like I get a friend request from say Terry. I take Terry's friendship. Next thing I know, I get all these you might know this
People,
person.
it'll say, "Who's your
Oh,
mutual
yeah, like-
friend?" Terry's
Where
the
all of
mutual friend,
Terry's
right?
friends suddenly
Yeah,
are all
yeah.
trying to get onto my channel. I'm like, I just ignore it.
But
all.
they're not. They're not. It's Facebook that just does that automatically.
And they don't really,
yeah.
they're not even requesting friendship with me. It's just that Facebook is requesting for them. So you go ahead and you okay it, wondering what the heck. So I don't okay nobody. I did okay Spanky and George and Terry. I don't think I brought, did I? No, I think I did you too, didn't I, Judy? I think
Yeah, we're friends.
did ya?
friends and Debbie. But yeah, I don't know.
We're not friends with Jeannie Barb. We're mates.
Yeah, that's right. You're mates.
You having sex? So you told me you're having sex? You're mating?
No, we're mating. We're mates like Australian mates, not like American mates.
I know, right? That's so confusing.
Like I said, I would never
Gotta
call
be
my
so
partner
careful.
my mate. Like mating to me is like animals. It doesn't gel with me, you know.
I'm an animal when I'm mating, let me tell you.
Oh God, Barb! No,
I
Barb,
bet you are,
no.
Bob. I bet you
Don't
are.
tell us the mating story, Barb. We don't want.
I take it you're a lioness, are you, Barb? All teeth and claws when you're
Well, I got a big knot on my head once when I jumped across the bed and knocked myself.
were you trying to swing from the chandelier by any chance of that?
Pretty darn close.
By the way, Terry, I wanted to say that under the railway tracks sounds very uncomfortable.
What? You did it on the railroad tracks?
Under the railroad tracks with the train going over the top of us.
Where's the notebook, Barb? There's a song in that.
Did it feel good?
Yes.
This is song in this.
There was a lot of vibration.
Of the choo-choo train.
Goodness me, eh?
Tell me about it, Jeannie. Tell me all about it.
About what?
I want to know about this train tracks.
No, it's Terry.
I want you to tell me a story.
Okay, Barb. Wait.
I did get caught by a forest ranger though once in a national park. He peered in the window of the car and saw things he probably either wished he could see again or wished that he didn't. I don't know. But we got
me and my husband, we used to do it outside all the time, in the day, in the night, all over the place. It was just the
salad bar at Pizza Hut.
Everywhere. Everywhere. I'm telling you, it was wild. Okay, wait. Now here's where I'm at. Now what do I do with this loop? That's my slip knot. Now what are you saying?
See the big loop, the loop.
Yeah.
You have to just pull it out.
Pull out the short string.
Don't tug on the string. You need to tug. Yeah, keep making that loop bigger and bigger. There you go. Keep pulling. There you go. Keep pulling. There you have it.
And that's it?
That's it.
That's so cool. Now I can't frog it. Now I can't frog it anymore, huh?
Yes, you can. Just
you can still frog it?
Yes.
But I'm not going to. I'm going to send this one to Spanky. Spanky, you got to send me your address. And I'm going to put it in an envelope and I'm going to mail it to you for Winston.
Okay.
Well, Spanky, we'll get our blankets from Terry when we're 65 years old.
She's going to send them to you. This is part 1 of 5,000.
I don't think I'll ever be able to make a blanket. I feel so lame at it. But I feel excited. This one's pretty good, Spanky. This is probably one of the best ones I've made.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll put it in. I'm going to put it in a card and mail it to you. So,
okay, I'll send you my email. Of using the word mate.
Send me your address so I can mail it to you. I don't know how much it costs to mail a card to Australia, but it can't be that much.
So Spanky's your mate?
Your place, who knows?
Yeah, I'm about to say that basically on the subject of the word mate, if I was to voice message Jeannie and say, all right, mate, yeah, I'm going to sign off now, not even bat an eyelid. But I speak to Juliet every day when we swap voice notes, or at least I send voice notes, she types. So I'm of course she's American, so it doesn't occur to me that I'm talking to an American. So when I sign off with Juliet, I say, "All right, mate, that's my update from the UK. I'll send this, and I look forward to hearing from you." So I don't know what she quite makes of the fact that I'm calling her mate in the American sense.
Right.
All right, all right, mate. That's me. That's my report for today. So I'll send it. So yeah, Juliet, I think you've gone to bed now very sensibly, but yeah, I am using the word mate in the very much the Australian English sense, not in the American sense. If it's
Well, I think most of us most of us know that mate means friend.
okay.
Everybody but Barb.
Yeah, Terry, you knew Terry. Yeah,
I knew.
Well, if you already have friends that are English and use the word mate as friend, then you pick. Now that I know that they're not out going into the woods and scrogging.
Scrogging? What the hell is scrogging?
That's a new word on me.
That sounds Scottish.
There is a pastime for certain people over here called dogging. I don't know. Is that got anything to do with it? Does anybody is dogging a thing in the US of A?
Scrogging.
No, dogging.
Dogging. Well, it depends. If you want to do doggy style,
we have doggies. We have doggy style.
Dogging is basically people meet up. People go to car parks in the dead of night.
If you came to me and said, "Let's do some dogging," I would get on my hands and knees.
Yeah. Well, that's doggy, which is slightly different. But dogging is basically there is a community out there that go to car parks in the dead of night in their cars as couples, and they actually perform for other people in their cars. So
really?
Yeah, so that people can actually watch them, and then so it's like a series of acts. One couple does it.
Is this part of your tour?
No, that's not part of my tour. No, I did work with somebody. I did work with somebody 20 years ago who was very much into the dogging scene, which is where I learned about it from a first-hand experience. But it's it is a thing over here.
Dogging is a little different.
G knows it. G knows it. She says dogging is a little different than doggy style. So yeah, it is a thing in the UK.
Yeah. Well, I've never done that. I've never showed other people like that.
Yeah.
Scrogging is another word for.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I gathered that.
It's sort of like the cleaner version. Instead of saying that word, you can say scrogging.
Yeah, we would probably say screwing over here. Or screwing would be a word. Would be the politer word. So
yes, but see, scrogging, you can say it, and nobody has a clue what you're talking about.
But no, not even us. That was a problem. Bob. None of us understood it.
I didn't know what it was.
What happened to making sweet love? Come on.
We don't know.
That's very vanilla, Jeannie. Very vanilla indeed. Let's get the teeth in the closet.
There's a song in this. There is a song in this. Effing, scrogging, screwing, dogging, and then what's wrong with just making sweet, passionate love?
It is funny because I
think mating. I guess you could use mating in there too.
Yeah, make sure you put mating in there. Don't forget that. There's all kinds of words, for the act.
Oh, well, yes. I'd say limitless.
The carnal act. To have carnal knowledge of somebody is to have knowledge.
See, that's the whole thing is over here. We call it mating, but you guys are mates. And so that's how you freak out Americans with your little mate problem.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Obviously.
Of course, as carnivores, then carnal knowledge is very much part of our lifestyle, isn't it? So there we go.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, because carne is just a word for meat. Because
carn is the root word.
And it does involve meat.
a lot of people. Yeah, it's true. It does. A lot of people eat chili con carne without even thinking about what it means. But just it's Spanish for chili with meat. That's what it means. Carne is just meat in Spanish.
Yeah. Carne.
Yep.
Now it's
How
just skinny
educational
meat,
are
right?
we?
It's not like the meat of the male part, right? Because I want you to say yes, it is, because I get my husband that all the time, and I'd love to be. Honey, you're eating.
when Barb starts laughing at her own self, we know the whole show is getting ready to go down the damn tube.
Absolutely, yeah.
Look, we are so educational, aren't we? Like seriously. Like, maybe you should let those youngsters on, Barb, so we can
I can't get the. I can't.
Barb can't stop.
We're very
I
educational.
can't even shut up, feed my husband pig cocks or something.
What? I haven't read the chat.
I missed that.
Stupid shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Debbie's right, Bob. Hold those teeth in. Hold those teeth in.
Yeah, Debbie, the teeth might fly. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh, fire.
Actually,
Spanky, are you learning anything, mate?
I just noticed that Anne is more familiar with the actor or the story behind dogging than I am, because she's telling me there are songs out there about dogging here in the UK. There's one called Fascinating Ada. I don't know if anybody can look that up. But that's a new one on me, Anne. So yeah, I know that you live in rural Sussex, and I imagine that is quite a good place to find rural car parks. So yeah, fair enough.
Oh, way to go.
Well, here, we say like if a man's out catting around instead of dogging.
Okay.
Catting around. Catting around means going to look for, the other word for cat.
Yeah.
The P word.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Catting around.
Yeah.
As you guys probably know that are seen my Facebook, I do post some off-colored things.
No, I never saw that.
Yeah, so it's because a lot of my friends are ex-correctional officers and they all have a weird sense of humor too, so
yeah,
nothing offends them.
So what do you try to do? Just continually try to offend them? Try to make something offensive?
We kind of post things to each other that kind of just for shock value sometimes. But I do have a limit. There actually is some stuff that I won't post.
No way. Are you serious? Come on,
Yeah.
Spanky. That's bullshit. You know it.
Hard to imagine that, Derek.
The thing of it is, there's some things you can't post just because they would take it off if you posted it. Facebook would just, or somebody would.
You know what? Considering everything I've posted, I've never gotten in trouble from the Facebook police.
I've been in Facebook jail like 4 times.
I've never
mine was
been
all
in
about
Facebook jail.
Mine was all about politics, and that would get you in
Oh,
Facebook jail so fast. It's so crazy.
Yeah,
I don't I hardly ever do anything about politics.
I know, you just do nasty, weird crap.
The thing is, Spanky, to get away with it, you've got to be subtle. You've got to imply something. You've got to make it's innuendo. You've got to paint an imaginary picture and let people fill it in the gaps. If you're explicit and you're actually talking about, just say, there's a difference. Let people's imagination run away with them. I'm quite good at doing that because that's how Barb gets her songs. I paint the outline and Barb fills in the ideas as to how she sees it. So I leave it to Barb's imagination, and Barb's imagination never lets me down.
No. Geez, your blanket looks gorgeous, Terry.
Oh, I know. It's not mine anymore. I'm sending it to Spanky. But look at, I'm going to show Spanky. I found a big old bunch of
the one behind you, the real one.
My mom had a bunch of Valentine cards.
She's ignoring you, Jeannie. She's ignoring you.
I'm going to send this to
You're
Spanky.
ignoring Jeannie.
I'm going to put the little thing in the card, Spanky.
And it's hard.
And I'm going to mail it to you, so make sure you send me your address.
You're ignoring Jeannie.
What, Jeannie? What?
I'm used to Terry being rude. That's fine. The blanket behind you.
I didn't
The blanket behind you looks gorgeous.
What? My blanket?
Boy, you damn Yankees. That one, yes.
This is my bar blanket.
Yeah. That's the one I mean.
I moved it off the couch.
You know why it looked familiar?
You've made so many, you probably don't even.
I have a question for Terry. Terry, if I was to say to you that there's a danger that Spanky might use that as a willy warmer, would you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's quite a common phrase over here.
I don't think he would though.
I sure hope.
I don't know if he does. It would be a compliment. It would be a compliment.
Exactly.
It would be too small, Terry. It would be too small.
Yeah, I would hope Spanky's a bit bigger than that. But anyway.
Yeah, willy warmer is quite a common word over here. About a willy warmer is basically a little scarf for the little chap, keep him warm in winter. So it's quite a common phrase over here.
So anyway, Spanky, when you get it, you just got to tie the two ends into a knot, and then put it around Winston's neck and take a picture of it. Or put it around your wiener if you want to.
I was going to say, I didn't know that Spanky called his Winston.
That's funny.
That's good. I sent you my address on Messenger.
Okay. So cool. Because I'm really going to do it.
Be interesting to see how long it takes to get here.
Yeah, that will be kind of fun to wait and watch. How do you get these out of this plastic? My mom has like all these cards. I think she got them like because she worked at Walmart, and so I think when they came and took cards out, she probably said, "Oh, can I have those?" And they gave them to her. Because I have a whole shitload of them, but they're all Valentine's cards. So I've been sending my granddaughter a Valentine's card like every few days. I send her a new Valentine's card.
Yeah.
I got all these scissors.
Would you? Okay, here's a question. Would you rather see your parents' love letters and all of that, or do you wish that they had
taken pictures? Love letters or pictures? Is that what you're saying?
Well, not so much pictures, but letters and cards. Like I think that we both need sex, Barb. Obviously, I think that would be lovely.
What's wrong with these people?
Love letters and that, don't you think?
Well, I have a whole bunch. When my mom went on a trip to Ireland with back in the 70s. It was after I had already moved out of the house. She took my sister and they went to Ireland and visited some lady there for a couple of weeks. Well, while my mom was in Ireland, she actually had an affair with the guy that was touring her around Ireland. So he wrote her a bunch of letters and she wrote him letters after she got back home. Then she gave me all the letters for me to hold so that her husband wouldn't see the damn letters. And that was just crazy. So I have all those letters. I have all those.
And you read them all? Of course you read them all.
Yeah, I read them. Our parents are very, very sorted out people. But our parents did things that we never thought they did. I've seen lots of crazy pictures and weird stuff my mom has here that I was like freaked out about.
Isn't it weird?
You gotta get rid of all that shit before you die so your kids don't go, what the hell is that? What were they doing? Yeah.
Isn't it weird how each new generation seems to be the one that thinks they discovered sex and that their parents didn't know about sex?
Yeah, like their parents never had sex. Like,
Exactly, that's right. It was, when you're growing up, you find it hard to imagine older people having getting it on, shall we say? And yet,
it grosses them out to think that we have sex.
Exactly, yeah.
It just freaks them out.
Yep. Oh, look at baby, so cute.
Aw.
I love it when she just wants to cuddle.
Oh no, she looks adorable, eh? Seriously.
This is so Barb. Cute. She's mating with baby.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Let's rephrase that, Terry.
Now she beat me up because I asked her if she wanted to mate.
Yeah, see. That's because mating means something different in America.
Obviously, yes.
I'm going to write in your card. I'm going to write in your card.
What have I got into?
Oh, no, Spanky. This is even beyond you, mate. This is...
I'm going to write in your card right now, Spanky.
And Meniwar is sitting there taking notes, I think.
Red.
So, yeah, she certainly is.
She's okay. She's fine.
Said you're listening.
Right, guys. I've been on for 2 hours, and I've got a steak calling me from the refrigerator. It's a raw sirloin, so I'm going to go and address it. I will still be listening to you on my phone. So, but I'm going to love you all and leave you, and I will be. I'll still be listening. So carry on the conversation because it's good fun. But I'll catch you all. I'll catch you all in chat during the week, and I'll see you all next Sunday at this time. Okay. Cheers, everybody.
Okay.
Take care there, George.
Bye, mate.
Bye,
mate. Bye, George.
She says, poor Meniwar looks horrified.
No, G, she's just taking notes. She's fine. She's all good.
Yep, I'm good.
My mom and dad wrote every day to each other in World War II. When Dad got home, they reread them all and then burnt each one. I asked why, Mom. Said they were ours.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I love you. I do.
Spanky, can you still read cursive?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm not.
It doesn't have to be in French.
Yeah, he's old enough to read cursive.
Yes.
Isn't that sad that a lot of the younger generations have a hard time with it? And
oh yeah, it
is kind of weird to think that it's happening.
And their penmanship is really bad.
Yeah, I think it's tragic. It's like,
well, it's because they aren't using their fingers to do those exercises to write.
Yeah.
Everything's done on a computer or a tablet now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So bizarre.
Yeah.
You could use this as a bookmark because as I just put it into the card, it looks like it could be a good bookmarker.
Pretty.
You probably don't read, huh, Spanky?
You're so pretty.
I can't read.
That's good to know, Spanky.
Oh, I hear your belly. It's a growling.
Beat her up, baby. Beat her up. Go on.
Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her.
It'll hang on my monitor.
Listen to me.
It'll hang on your monitor?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Are you allergic? I hope you're not allergic to anything because it might smell like perfume-ish or something from something I wear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're going to be able to smell Terry.
You'll be able to smell me now, Spank. Smell-o-vision.
Oh, God. Did you just rub that card all over your feet? In between
you?
No. All over her feet? Oh, my God.
That's just gross, Bar. I'll take the chain. I'll do something with the chain before
Oh,
Oh my God.
That's just gross. You guys are gross. You guys complain about me. You guys complain about me, but you're just as bad.
we're gross. Yeah, we're gross, Terry. Yes, we are. Oh dear.
Are you digging to China? Are you
Okay.
digging to China?
So whenever everything gets weird, you got to start talking to baby to get everybody back.
Yeah, that's right. You bring it back to normal.
Back to normal again.
Oh, geez. What time is it there, Bob?
Gross.
Gross. Yes, gross indeed.
Oh wow, it's 12:15 here. It's after midnight.
So, Barb, it must be about 4 a.m. or something there, yeah?
Oh my God, Barb.
It's 3:15 here.
3:15, okay. Goodness me.
What time is it at your house?
Well, it's still light out, so it's not time to go yet. Still light out.
Oh yeah.
It's 5:15 p.m.
We wait until it's black at Amy's, and she's got to turn the lights on in her kitchen.
5:15 Sunday afternoon.
So you're already in tomorrow for us.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow will come.
Well,
fear not.
We're all in tomorrow too, but it's just super early.
When I was tripping around, the petrol, plenty of petrol, a fair price. So I don't know, diesel is up, but my petrol, gas, no problem at all. So I don't know.
It's all about the taxes and about the American taxes versus your taxes, probably. It's got to be something, because that's ridiculous. Why are we paying I had to pay $6.89 a gallon.
We went to fill my daughter's tank the other day, and it cost her double what it used to cost her. Actually, double. It used to cost her $20 to fill her tank. It costs $40 to fill her tank from me.
Mine's triple, man. It's triple.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Seems like you guys are copping it worse than us.
Well, I don't understand why we're having to carry all that burden.
Oh, who knows?
It doesn't make sense. That's the thing, is we don't know what's going on. Like certain states pay really high amount for gas, and other states don't, and other countries don't. Like, what is the deal? I don't understand.
Who knows?
Now, George isn't here to explain it to us. So otherwise he'd probably be telling us what it was.
Even George probably wouldn't know the truth. Who would know the real truth?
Nobody knows. I know.
Yeah. They like to act.
A lot of it's supply and demand, and now with Iran closing that strait again today, because the
Did it
US
close today?
barricaded it. So
why won't they just stop? You got all these countries attacking and blowing everything up. Why don't they just stop?
It's because of the leadership people. The leadership, all the leaders are rich, crazy men or rich, crazy women, and they make really weird, crazy decisions about everybody's lives because they're so above our level of, hey, we just want to go to the grocery store and buy some food and come home and watch TV and go on vacation once in a while. We have like these little normal lives, but they're so different.
They're playing a game of Risk.
It is. It's totally a game, and it's horrifying.
And there's
a lot of money in war, especially for weapon and defenses contracts.
Yep, that's right.
Stuff like that.
We're being run. Don't forget, we're being run by psychopaths with their own agendas. You know.
Yeah,
the thing is, though, it's not just the leaders; it's the whole group of them that run the leaders. The actual leaders of most countries don't really run the country.
No, exactly, Spanky. Exactly. Yeah, they're just being told what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The leaders pick the leaders pick the representative that they want to speak on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
They pick that person. That's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane.
Okay, get off that subject because it's depressing.
Yeah,
shit.
it is depressing. Yeah, it just drives me
Let's
nuts.
talk about that rose again.
The rose again.
Barb,
Not talking about some diarrhea.
hey, I see that. Hey, when I turn on YouTube, a lot of times that rose thing comes up, but it doesn't say Barbara Touchy under it. It has somebody else's name that's sharing it a lot because I keep seeing it over and over and over.
Yeah.
And it's someone else is sharing it, which I guess is cool. You know, it's getting
Someone
out
else
there.
is sharing it?
It's somebody else's name on it. It's not yours, but it's the song. It's the song you made, but it has someone else's name. And it's, I don't know. I'll have to, I meant to write it down the other day to tell you. And then I thought, oh, I'm not going to bug her about that. But here I am telling you. So that's just stupid. But, you know, it's just part of the hacking of people's shit is what it is.
Yeah.
This person is passing it around and it's probably getting a lot of views.
I know I see a lot of different of my songs with a list of other people's names under it, but that's because it's a playlist and all those other people's names or songs are in that playlist.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
YouTube has just thrown a whole bunch of different songs together. But I'll tell you what, I'll look at one of those playlists every now and again, and my songs are in with, you know, Blake Shelton and Reba McEntire, and I'm like,
it's kind of cool. Right.
I love Reba.
Wait until somebody watches a porn movie and that's the background music. Porn movie. Oh, that's my song. That's the rose.
Would that be funny? And you'll go, yep, there's my song.
Oh, dearie me.
Well, it's good to be back, Jeannie.
Yeah, it is good to be back. It's always good to come home, hey, you know.
Oh, I know. It's good to get away and then come back home.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I feel that way when I just go to the grocery store.
I know what you
I can't wait to get home.
Yeah, that's usually traumatic. Spanky going.
I hated going to the grocery store this time. Usually there's always something that's on for sale or meat. This week there was no sales at all. Everything went sky high, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
There's always a sale. Where's the sales? Even if it's bacon, there was always a sale. Nope. Not this week, all the prices went up.
Well, I've had to be eating tender meat lately. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I got some filet mignons. They're $11.99 a pound. You know, and it's only like a little piece. Like you get 2 little steaks in a package, but they're thick. They're real thick, and they're really filling. And you got to put a lot of butter on them. But I wrapped bacon on them this time, and normally I don't wrap the bacon on them, but they were pretty damn good that way. But I cook them in the air fryer, not rare, but pink in the middle.
I cannot eat rare steak, like chomping on a big steak.
Mine is so rare. It's more than rare.
Yeah, that's so gross.
Mine's got to be medium or medium well.
No, not me.
I like medium rare. And then
me too.
Medium, medium, cool. Not usually medium. I like medium rare. Is my perfect way. Yeah. Except for prime rib, I'll eat prime rib. I'll eat rare.
I like mine rare. It's like I get it to 100. I get it. My air fryer. I have an indoor grill air fryer, so I can actually set the temperature to 112 degrees and pull it off. It tells me when it's done. It's like get it to 112 degrees. I'm good to go.
Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah. I take a shower in a way more water than 112 degrees. That's not hot enough for me. I like my meat to be hot, so it's got to be. I like it.
Well, I put my frozen steak in the air fryer and give it about 6-7 minutes on each side, and I'll take it out, and the inside is still ice cold. That's how it is. But it's not frozen. It's still icy cold.
Wow.
Good grief.
Because 6 minutes each side is a fair amount of time.
Well, if it's frozen.
It's frozen.
Yeah.
The reason why I do it frozen so it doesn't overcook.
Yeah, I learned that from Mitch. Mitch says, cook them from frozen. And I've done that a bunch of times. But I prefer them better not frozen because I think they're not as juicy when you cook them from frozen.
Oh, mine's juicy. But
it's because it's raw, motherfucker. You're eating raw damn meat.
Bob, what about your steak?
What about what?
Steak, you missed it. Sorry.
Oh, I got it.
I know you did, mate.
It's so good. It's so good.
No,
I'm having about a pound of raw sirloin with steak at the moment.
Yeah. Now medium rare does me. That's good.
Yeah, too overcooked.
Well, now, I noticed you're not in our group anymore, Barb. You have to leave.
I used to
go to the raw people.
Mine like
now all my pork and chicken and all that's got to be cooked.
Oh yeah.
But my meat, that beef.
Well, you know what? I used to overcook pork all the time, like pork chops. They always be like dry, and it's so easy to do. So you don't have to hardly cook pork chops very long at all, and they come out so tender and delicious.
Yeah.
But you can, if you overcook them 1 minute, then they get all dry and shitty. So I've learned to pretty much cook the pork chops and make them pretty good.
Now I'm getting hungry.
I know.
Yeah, it's a bit like I haven't had dinner yet, so I'll be showering down on something.
I know. It's afternoon for you.
Yeah.
It's too late for us to eat or screw up our whole digestive system. We can't eat till way later today.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, ladies, at that note, I am going to bid adieu.
Yeah, it's getting to that time, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
It was a great
3:30 in the morning.
I'll mail your card on Monday, Spanky. I'll mail your card on Monday, so just let me know when you get it.
I'll keep an eye open for it.
Let's see, George.
You guys all have a good sleep. Take care. Be safe. Talk to you tomorrow, most likely.
You too, mate.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
Hey, good night, mate.
Yeah.
Good night,
mate.
Good night, George. Good night, mate.
What you guys always say?
No, mate. No, mate. Oh, dear. Oh, you guys are funny. I missed you. Hey, I missed you. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You've been gone too long. You can't leave me that long.
I know, it's only a few days. It's only a few days.
Seemed like it was forever, though.
Yeah. That's sweet. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to get a feed.
I can't believe it's this late. My husband's going to say, "Do you know what time you came to bed?"
Who have you been talking to?
After midnight. And then I got a card in here I'm going to send to Spanky. That wouldn't go over well either.
With your,
how do you even explain that shit to anybody?
I wouldn't even.
I had to send this chain of mine bye-bye to Canada.
Say what?
Oh yeah, because his name is Shannon. He'll just think it's a girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
in a pink envelope.
It's red. It's a red envelope.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will catch you all next time.
All right.
Be good. If you can't be good, be careful. You know how it goes.
I'm right
And I'm
behind.
glad you're home.
Thank you.
Thank you for returning to me.
No worries. Don't. I couldn't stay away any longer.
What
Will you marry me? Bob, will you marry me? Oh, sorry.
If I wasn't already married. Yes, I was already married.
Would be there.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Love you guys. Love you guys.
Love you more.
Okay. All right. See you in a while.
Jeannie.
Catch us later. See you, chat. Okay. All right.
Did Minowa know what she was getting into when she got on this channel?
Yeah, because the first night I showed up, they were talking about starfish and bidets.
Okay then.
So yeah,
Hey, I wonder where starfish came from.
And you know what's funny, Tim? It was Thomas who recommended this group to me.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Thomas loves this group. Thomas loves this group. We're like all his sisters, I guess.
Yep.
That's funny. Yep, starfish.
My first night was the brown rice story. If your first night was starfish and bidets, then yeah, we're just warped. We're just warped people.
It's really bad when people that come in here and to stay forever, it's their first night, it was because of a brown rice story or a starfish or,
Makes you wonder about the capacity
Barb, you were
of people.
Barb, you were also asking people whether they lean to the left or the right to wait.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I kind of knew what I was getting into.
I'm surprised you didn't turn around and run as fast as you could.
Well, if you'd ever been around me and my adopted mom, you'd know why I fit right in here.
Well, luckily the FCC hasn't shut you down yet, Barb.
I know, right? But every day, Grandma loves wiping. Yeah, and we all know that George is listening in and he's eating his steak, and we're talking about wiping our asses, and we're talking about starfish. We're talking about diarrhea.
Poor Georgie. Sorry, Georgie. Well, he's eating raw meat anyway, whatever.
I love my meat raw.
Well, you guys are crazy.
Well, the
more I'm looking at the chat. What did Debbie say? Debbie's like, gross.
The rarer the steak is, the more tender it is.
Yeah, but the more
the longer you let your steak cook, the tougher it gets.
No.
I bet I do too, Spanky. Oh God. Oh, when was it? Oh, it was Butter Bob. I was just sitting here thinking, now I know there was a question someone just asked me recently about what is a starfish. And I had
you slayed him with it. When you said that, he about lost his shit. It was so funny. And I was listening, and my husband was watching it too, and he goes, how does she know starfish? I said, because I told her about starfish. So he was laughing his ass off. And then Bob, and then at the very end, he still said something about starfish. That was like the main thing after that whole interview. The only thing he really got out of it was about starfish. It was funny.
And I only know about starfish because of you. So see, you corrupted me.
I know, I'm sorry. Well, we can't say anus. It just doesn't sound as good. Starfish is sweet.
It is. It is sweet.
It's cute.
I love wiping my starfish. I love it.
Don't make me choke on my tablespoon of water. Well, I'm tired. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I probably should too. I'm like, oh. I stopped crocheting a little while ago because I was like tired. I am very thick-skinned and broad-minded. It takes a lot to gross me out. I don't get offended by bodily functions. Bullying, arrogance, and injustice brings my teeth in claws. Brings out my teeth in claws. Yep.
I hate that purple coconut name. What the hell, Georgie? Why? Why is he purple coconut now? That's all your fault, Barb. You did that to George.
He's the one that said something about his purple coconut.
Changed his name to Purple Coconut. I guess he did that because he didn't want to taint his name in this channel anymore. That's why. He's an alias.
Stuff that sounds prettier than a pencil sharpener.
It takes a lot.
I was leaving.
It takes a lot to gross me out too. I was actually in probably junior high. I got hungry in the middle of the night, so of course, I wasn't eating carnivore, knew absolutely nothing about it. So I got me a bowl of Fruit Loops, sat down, turned the TV on, and proceeded to watch them do brain surgery on somebody.
Wow, eating Fruit Loops.
Yep, and when I say I watched them do brain surgery, I mean they actually showed the entire procedure of peeling the scalp back and then cutting the cranium open and doing the actual brain surgery. So I was like, yeah, it takes a lot to gross me out now.
I
got a story about brain surgery. When I used to work at the OR, one of the surgeries was they opened up the cranium and they were doing brain surgery, and up above the OR was SCU, the special care unit, and their plumbing backed up, and the raw sewage was leaking into that OR room. Now it's sterile fields in there, so they couldn't, with someone's brain exposed, can't actually leave the OR room. They have to stay in the OR room, but there's leakage is dripping from the OR lights down onto the floor. So we were constantly, my job while this was going on was to make sure I knew where it was leaking from the ceiling and make sure it didn't get close to where the table was. They had to keep moving the table around the room so that he could quickly close up. Yeah, that was bad.
Isn't that crazy? See, and then they made us wear masks for COVID. And here you've got dripping leakage.
Oh.
There's going to be spores off of that. Why did we go on
why did we go on that journey right now? But you know, that person that was having that surgery done to him never knew about the raw sewage in that room.
Well, that's a good thing, I suppose.
Lawsuit. Can you imagine?
I'm sure it would be. I'm sure there's so many things that go on in hospitals that they don't tell the patients or the patient's family about during certain procedures.
Working in the backgrounds of the medical, I can tell you, you're absolutely right. There's a lot. Oh, she left too. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that no one knows about.
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of things we don't need to know about, because it just creates a bunch of chaos. It's like we know too much about everything now. It seems like, look what it's doing to everybody. It's making everybody crazy as shit.
Yeah.
Too much information. I gotta turn off my shake plater. Okay. I'm going to bed. Good night, Manawa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna go
Good night,
too.
Barb.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
It was fun, as always.
Bye-bye.
Keep working on that crochet, Jerry. You'll get there eventually.
Oh, she left. Well, there you have it, Manawa. Time to go. The night is over.
Yep.
Thank you for coming by.
Thanks for letting me
Good
jump
night,
on.
everybody.
I will see you in chat tomorrow.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for coming by here and hanging out. Oh, I just broke my nail. Son of a gun. Ugh. So thank you for coming by, and I will see everyone tomorrow night. So night night, everyone. I'm gonna do the countdown. 3, 2, 1.